think we're on episode 19 or something crazy.
God.
like that.
We've been playing
watching.
since...
Oh, shit.
Continuing this game,
That's
I'm
impressive.
Ken, the Dungeon Master for this particular adventure that we're on.
I'm Sarah. I play Hope.
Gemma playing Caitlin.
Stephen playing Asher.
Mike, still playing Flattery.
And last
Hello.
time we met, you folks had done some planar hopping after getting
Twice.
getting to meet some new people, which you've currently abandoned at your homestead.
Well, we abandoned 2 of 3. We
Yeah.
brought one with us.
That's
We
right.
did bring one with us.
We're keeping those ones safe.
You your
But fuck
first
this guy.
we just picked up a
your
strike.
first planet hop led you to somewhere where you ran into a fragment of an orc tribe that seemed to be being beset by a alliance of human and elves. You rescued them, setting them loose on a plain or on a field of ice, and then decided to go see what you could find in the on this particular land. Halfway down, you saw a campsite, an ancient campsite, with statues of things that made you decide maybe we should just leave.
Actually, if I remember correctly, that wasn't the thing that made us
No,
want to
the
leave.
the black sky,
Yeah.
the part of the sky that looked like the stars were being devoured made you
And-
go. Oh, and
And
also
a
and
brief
your-
conversation with my mother.
Some
Yeah.
extra planar help.
said, "Hey, you know, you guys are in a time dilation problem currently. You might want to get out of it."
Yeah. And then that's when we beat feet.
I want to save the orcs.
However,
Save ourselves.
your again quick jaunt, you seem to land in, and once you spoke to your host, were confirmed that you were in the actual your destination.
The planet of Alduin.
Yeah,
We were.
or at least the land of Alduin.
Yeah.
We had a 2 and 4 at that point.
Yeah, 2 of 4.
You left a grandpa mage and his grandkids.
And his geese casting ass.
He's casting.
Yes.
However they pronounce it
You
these days.
left them and were walking down the road when you met a gentleman of some means who gave you a ride in his automobile
That creep.
to the town.
Mm-hmm.
He
The
was
town which you found is actually called Alden.
a typical
And then
guy.
that's when we
Want to pick up girls.
then we got off
Yeah.
the car. We're walked in maybe 50 feet.
Yeah,
Spotted.
you walked into what appeared to be kind of like a suburb of
Yeah.
the main town. You saw the just people walking down the street doing everyday business-like things.
Yep. Playing in my
The
head.
town is a little gloomy, smoggy, a bit dirty.
Like what would you say? You would, like Industrial Revolution it.
Or
Yeah.
like California right now.
Well,
Dang.
it's more
Yeah.
like foggy London,
Okay,
circa
okay.
Victorian / Industrial Revolution times. There are chimneys belching out black smoke of various buildings in the city.
Remove poison disease. Remove poison disease.
Smells a lot like coal smoke, but some of it also smells like burning oil and things like that, and charcoal and various other burning fluids. While you were walking through the town, you saw a member of Vasilius chatting amiably, it seems, with a man in a robe carrying a staff. They parted ways when he seemed to notice your presence.
Yep.
Some quick stealth rolls, and your apprentice Vashta and Hope. Well, Hope kind of just faded into the background. Vashta disappeared completely. He nat 20.
He just
He just-
And the three of you
We're the spacer
failed your
beast over
stealth
here.
checks miserably,
Yeah.
and all appeared to freeze on the side of the road, attempting to act nonchalant, but really just drawing attention to yourself.
I think I rolled the natural one, so it was
Yeah.
very
But
fucking
you
obvious.
are currently in disguise. Like, what were you
Elf.
in disguise of? Are
Elf
you
boy.
disguised as well, or are
No.
you?
I just
your
look like an
regular
elf
persona?
warrior.
my regular, or
Because you can do it at will.
yeah.
Don't
Well, like
you
as
have
part
that-
of my stealth to blend in, I think I would have
You would have elfed.
elfed.
That's like a reaction. That's
Yeah,
what it
that's part of my like. Oh, look like a normal person.
Right.
was just a party of elves.
So
Party of elves.
as you are all here,
And then me.
the three of you have frozen. Despite your ability to hide in plain sight, you seem to have been made an impression on this armored gentleman who approaches the three of you.
Yep. So I'm just gonna be like,
I need,
as he was approaching, because I figure Hope would notice that they were not being stealthy.
Like we
I-
shine
we-
like a beacon in the night.
as I said, I like to
Yeah.
imagine we like Norman Rockwell like posed, like
Yeah.
everyone act natural, and we're all just like,
but at the same
yeah.
time, the tatters of Vasilius' armor that you all have remnants of are still flowing
Yeah.
in the non-existent breeze. But what were you
Yeah,
going to say?
Hope, as he like crosses the street, Hope would like try and like fake accidentally bump into him. I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. I suggest you continue on your way.
Okay. As you're going to cast that suggestion spell, I need a quick reminder what the tattered remnant colors are you all? I know yours are white.
I think they
They have
got
black.
them from.
Black, yeah.
I have like a gray.
You guys were able. Oh, it's because we needed an individual set for each.
No,
Yeah.
yours was blue, wasn't it?
That was gray.
They're gray.
Yeah, you guys only saw one that wasn't that color, and
That's
that was
right.
a red color that.
What's their
The-
names had?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
they
Daggerford.
Yeah, in Daggerford they took off
They
a
wouldn't give.
necromancer.
Totally
Yeah, they
would've
wouldn't give
traded.
it to us,
I just wanted to trade.
right?
So
Messing with the aesthetic. God.
you cast suggestion on this
Yes.
gentleman. You suggested what again? Say
That
that?
he continue down the street.
Right. He does. He goes, and continues down the street until he passes your group and then goes, oh, wait a moment, and turns back.
Because he did pass down the street.
Yeah.
He did do what he said.
I tried.
And now he goes and then points over at you. Are you
Yeah.
still looking in his direction, or do you...
No,
look away?
I like would have moved on down the street and sort of relied on my passive to notice what was happening.
Okay, you do see him stop. He does kind of point at you and go, if you keep walking,
Yeah.
are you going to just keep walking
Yeah.
like nothing's going on? And he'll go, and he reaches up for the tatters that hold his, that seem to, kind of like, it's almost like a wrap. That's not a turban, it's more like a...
I imagine like Lord Soft.
it's like
kind
a
of like
scarf that wraps around.
The
he
bucket.
reaches up
Yeah.
the bucket of the helm and kind of like pulls it off as he's approaching you to reveal a human, probably in his 30s, no desiccation at all.
Okay.
And he looks just naturally human. Got
Naturally.
a bit of a beard
Okay.
that looks like it's mostly just hasn't shaved in a couple days. It's not like a groomed beard by any means. The only oddity is his eyes, which are pure white. No pupils to speak of that you can see. And he starts approaching, looking specifically at Shane's character.
Dun dun dun.
At Kalen, as you also realize he is wearing the same tatters, the same shade of gray as you are.
Bum, dum, bum.
You have no idea if that means anything or not, because you've never actually even spoken to one of these people for longer than 5 minutes of, hey, let's kill each other.
Yeah. I'm gonna slowly circle back around.
Okay.
Again, sort of nonchalant.
As he approaches, his demeanor is one of not suspicion, doesn't look angry. He just looks mildly frustrated. as he approaches the three of you, and he goes, "Well, what's all this business about casting on me, Sergeant?"
He wouldn't know.
Suggestion is-
You wouldn't know. I guess.
He buys the book. So,
What?
He goes, "Sergeant?"
I'm
He just
probing
gets-
his mind
he gets
immediately.
This look like, what are you doing?
I'm at this point like panic mode. I am like digging through that guy's brain.
Okay.
So wisdom saving throw 13.
Okay. As you start to dig, oh, he fails that.
Cool. I am trying to pick up everything about the ranking and whatnot of the Vasilius. Of like, first off, where's her ranking? Where's our rankings?
She's-
Where's his?
The immediate thought is, what did this person just get? Did she just get promoted?
Yeah.
And don't you know that this place is off limits?
Okay. All right.
When did you get here? Is his first question.
Today?
And that seems to have snapped it in, and he says, "Oh, well, they probably haven't reported her in or anything."
Okay. I'm still in there.
Yeah, his thoughts are, seems to think you're part of his group. He doesn't seem to think you're enemies,
Okay.
and the fact that you're not wearing the full armor doesn't faze him at all. Looks
Okay.
like this is something he's seen before.
Cool.
He's wondering why one of you is in disguise, and he finds it odd that there's a bunch of elves in your party when there's no natural elves on this
Mm-hmm. Okay. Take what down?
Take notes.
planet.
Why am I taking notes?
Because you're finding out this information.
Right, I know it. There's no natural elves on Alduin. Why are you guys in disguise? And we've seen this. He's seen this before.
Yeah. So he goes, "Have you reported in yet?"
No.
And he says, "Who sent you? What platoon are you with?"
What platoon is he from? Or was he assigned to?
He's with a platoon that he calls Jericho Platoon. Not sure what that means.
I'm gonna instantly.
But they seem to be named for probably the things you're getting in here while you're digging through his brain, because it's all kind of a jumble. He has got so much going on.
Okay.
He is a sergeant in charge of the platoon that's in charge of evacuation. And that's as much as you're getting, and the rest of it is how to organize his troops.
Okay. So I'm immediately gonna click over to you in telepathy, and I'm like,
Report of Jericho. We're here for the evacuation. We're not sure who we're supposed to report to.
We're new to Jericho. We
Again, just exasperation.
Yeah.
on his face,
And I'm just, like,
clear.
sitting
are
there.
here for the evacuation.
What's your name, Sergeant?
Ellen.
He goes, "Well, Sergeant Ellen," and he's just all, "you need to report." Sorry, I have this name down. I just didn't double check. You need to report to Captain Pippin before noon. I assume you you three can manage that? I don't need to take you there, do I? You both shaking your heads. No, sir. He looks at you two, and he goes, "Sergeant, get your people in line."
and he's just standing at attention,
Let's go.
and then just march.
Like, yes.
As you start marching down the road, he goes, "Main Street, Sergeant,"
Right.
and he starts to put his helmet back on.
certainly is a week for hope. Certainly is a week for hope. Jeez, you can see us, right?
Yeah, because I would have sort of like changed
I hope
to a
I
different
thought-
persona, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless
Wandering
of what
by.
you change into, a lot of the billowiness still
Yeah.
because it does leave your
Okay.
person.
Gonna have to work on that.
It's impossible to completely disguise this arm.
Yeah.
Curses.
But I will sort of circle
Yeah.
around telling you.
Jericho.
As you are passing, you can see he kind of like the helmet
Yeah.
kind of clocks you as you rejoin your party.
I
Come
dislike
on, we
that.
got to
And
report.
as you kind of glance back, you see this person is walking specifically towards a building.
Okay.
What the building is, you have no idea. It's not got a sign or anything like that. You do, however, notice that there are street signs along the street as you are walking through this well-traveled suburb. You appear to be, it's not a market district so much, but there does appear to be businesses here. Most of them have some sort of metallurgical application of some sort or another.
Does Vash rejoin us?
Yes.
Okay.
Eventually. When he does, you do notice that almost everybody, as you didn't clock this before, but you notice that most of the people in the street are giving your group a very wide berth. Specifically, they don't seem to notice the difference in you three very much, but the cat boy walking around on two legs is attracting a lot of attention. Now, while they do seem to look at him and go, that's odd. Nobody is like grabbing pitchforks and
Yeah.
torches or anything,
It's
but
just
they are giving you a
noticeable.
wide berth, and they seem to think it is very strange.
Should I give Ash my cloak?
It would take too long, don't you think?
Well, it's just
I mean, unless we can lay low for an hour.
while we're here.
Well, we were
As you
looking
4 or 5 now hurry down the street
Yeah.
towards an unknown destination.
for an inn or something, weren't we? What's the currency here?
If it's anything like hell, we're gonna have to find a whole new.
Well, we still have some left from hell.
That's assuming it's the same, because the hell currency had like hell on it, right?
No,
It
no.
just
No,
looked
it didn't.
unique.
Yeah, it looked like Canadian money.
Okay. Yeah, assuming they use the same currency. Completely
You
different
seem to,
planet.
you remember people calling it dollars and credits. That's about it.
I mean, we have no. I am not saying we have any guarantee. I'm just saying we
No.
have at least 2 types of currency.
My worry is it doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to not be noticed for what
Well, it's
the
no.
armor is, at least.
Yeah, especially
no matter where we go.
with these wispings.
Yeah, even if we're disguised, I mean, they're still going to assume we're part of the cities.
We may have to not wear it.
Last time that happened, it didn't go down too well.
Well, you lived.
As you're walking along the road, you also notice that there are people coming in, going towards this area that you are now beginning to exit, towards a more residential area. Lots and lots of carts carrying what appear to be types of metal.
Did you learn anything from your interaction with?
Based on what they were saying, it sounded like they've got different groups and, or not groups. What do you call it? Was it it wasn't their troop, was it?
Platoon.
Platoon? Yeah. They've got different platoons, and there's a Jericho. That's what that guy was from, and there's an evacuation. That's all I know.
And apparently
Interesting.
the gray armor means you're higher up.
Congratulations.
I bet I'm a newbie. God. I mean, white, it only makes sense. Completely blank. Well, it's like, my superiors, let's continue on.
Right.
Are we actually?
You know that's not the true
You're not
flashback,
going
you know.
to Jericho.
Vashta says, excuse me, sir, why is everyone staring at me?
They probably haven't seen anyone who looks like you. You
This,
know,
and then that's
we
when
get that a
I'll
lot.
speak out. I'll be like, supposedly there's not many elves on this planet, so I'm
Oh,
guessing it's
Well, shit.
And then I look at the masses. They're all Humi.
Yeah.
human.
And I'm like,
I gotta get a
They're all-
better.
They're all kind of a pasty, slightly malnourished human, too. You can see they probably don't have a lot of vegetables.
and then I'm gonna shoot towards
Yeah.
How
you
do they
two,
live?
and I'm gonna be like, also I'm thinking that
Also, you think the water might be tainted.
Oh shit.
when I was probing that gentleman's
That's all
mind,
right there.
it looks like that this place is off limits for them. I'm not sure what that
Right.
means.
Well, then we should probably definitely ditch the armor.
Shit.
This is the only one I have.
I know.
You also notice that nobody else in the street
Pays attention to
is
us at all.
wearing armor.
Yeah.
They're all wearing normal street clothes. Your armor is mostly hidden by your cloak. You're wearing a dress, or not a dress, but a robe.
Sunday dress.
I don't know what you're wearing in your elf disguise.
Looks like a fighter.
So you look like you're wearing plate mail. You look like you're wearing
Flowy dress stuff, but without-
yours is still leather armor.
Yeah.
Though.
But she does
Although
have the-
It does have a
the-
style to it and the coat over
Yeah.
it.
Well, no, she's got the periaptive disguise,
Oh right.
so
Yeah.
she can make it look whatever she wants,
Apparently with it.
except for the
Yeah. No, but I'm getting the feeling that we'll be starting more fights by wearing it than we might be avoiding by not.
Well, you did notice that nobody gave
Yeah, no one
the
else.
Basilius guy any
Yeah.
crap.
It's Vasilius is gonna clock us easier.
That's what I mean.
That's what I'm worried about as well.
Right.
It's them.
But
I'm worried. I'm wondering why they're evacuating these people.
or themselves.
I think they're evacuating whatever they feel is the resource they want evacuated, not a matter of its inhabitants.
Ah, that makes more sense.
More of if they have a established
The metal?
either the metal or if they have any kind of established headquarters. That's what they're trying to evacuate, not
And we're probably speaking giant.
Yeah.
Or elven.
how common.
How common? Okay. But
Elven would actually.
they would know if there's
Some
no
of them
natural
speak
elves.
it.
That's true.
If there's no natural elves.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, if there's no natural elves, yeah.
Speak
so
elves.
By the way, the language he was speaking to you in is common from
that's,
what you
Faerun.
call Faerun.
Faerunian.
Faerunian.
All right.
I
Well,
still think we need to find some place enclosed where we can come up
Sure.
with some sort of plan.
Yeah.
Our main goal
Have you guys
is
pretty much stopped walking down the street again?
So we try and find like an alley-ish area.
Yeah. Yeah.
A cutout where we can just be away from prying eyes.
Okay, so an alley.
yeah.
Yes, one of those thingies.
And I am actually removing my armor and shoving it in the bag of holding.
Giving you
Okay.
the shield of body.
Yeah, there are people walking by the alley who kind of.
Well-
the four of you, four of you. They don't
Standing
see
there-
you that much.
Standing there like a
Standing you
went to.
having this like in-depth conversation, and they're just like, and they hurry past the alley.
she'll take off her scale shirt and everything. And
I'm
just
just blocking
Can
the
that
alley
doesn't-
Of course.
way. I wonder if we should
At one time, when someone's particularly looky-looing in the alley, Vashta gives them a growl, and they and keep running and run away.
What about you, Vladin?
And then I'll use my ring, and you'll feel them start like putting their hands where they normally do to help take off your armor.
I'm not going to be comfortable the entire time we're here. I'm just saying
I
that.
understand.
But do you have?
And then-
Can you at least mage armor me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll start.
Once it's off,
Yeah.
give me the ding. All right.
give me the ding. Oh, she'll
So-
put her shield in there too. She has
Okay.
a shield.
So use my shield.
How big is your shield?
I don't think the shield will fit.
The
No.
shield goes on her back though.
All right. So you have kind of a turtle shell on your normal clothes.
It's just a simple like wooden shield.
Round
Still.
shield.
Yeah.
And then you took off your armor.
Yeah.
I'll mage armor you as well. That's 3 of 4. Did you take off your armor?
I had to.
4 of 4.
Only
It's
it
a
could be-
13
only it
plus
could last longer.
dex.
13 plus dex.
Why
That's
can't you
better
just
than my
cast it
usual
higher
AC.
level? That puts me at 15. All right.
Me
I
too.
can get to 17 if I armor faith or shield faith.
Yep, and I can get to 20 just by going.
Don't
I'm
hit
at
me.
a 16
No.
because my cloak.
So,
Okay.
anywho,
All right. Well, actually, 17 with the shield.
17 with the shield and then 19 with the shield.
All right. So,
Okay, 18.
where
It's one
are we
off us
headed?
down.
Well, we
we're
were
not
heading.
recording
No.
because fuck that. Actually,
By the way, nobody's wearing weapons either. If
Yeah.
that makes any difference to any of you.
No, I just have my
I feel
dagger.
like that's asking a lot of Landrin.
She'll put her rapier and a dagger and a crossbow.
Alright, after you guys mostly divest yourself of weapons,
Yeah.
you're wearing street clothes, a shield, and a longsword. You just got your dagger and a staff.
Nope, I don't have that out. It's in the
Okay.
bag of holding.
I have my shield and then my holy symbol.
And when he disguised himself, he was disguising the shield so it doesn't look like helm. It's just like a plain shield and then a plain longsword. He's trying to go into
She will disguise self towards one of the humans
Traveling,
that seems to live here.
just like
Not like exactly like him, but sort of.
Yeah, you just
The
go,
nose is a
okay.
copying
little
the style.
Yeah.
Ears. Yeah.
And then, yeah, so that kind of covers. But she keeps her daggers in her harband.
Okay. As this quick redo of clothing finishes up, shadow darkens the alley, seemingly by there on purpose, as opposed to the people just
Yeah.
passing by. The clothes look to be some kind of wool uniform, done mostly in blues, with some kind of helmet, just cap like conical like helmet on top, and a sword. First time you've seen somebody here wearing a sword, and what appears to be some kind of wand or small short rods attached in a belt, and he's currently holding a truncheon. He's not holding it threateningly, it's just kind of like hanging from a leather thong
Yeah.
on his hand.
He's just-
on his wrist.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Oh.
hanging there.
Okay.
He does have some kind of strange metal thing sticking out of his mouth. It looks vaguely like a whistle. But it's just kind of like sticking halfway out of his mouth like a cigarette. And he goes, "What's this going on then?"
Well, we actually just got to town and we were a bit overwhelmed by all the people, so we were trying to see if we should find some place to eat or some place to stay first.
It's a strange bit of business, you all changing clothes in an alley, isn't it?
That's because we noticed that no one else was wearing any
Armor or weapons?
so we're just trying to
Why have you come to our little town, why have you come to this city armed?
We are adventurers.
We were afraid of being attacked on the road, but now that we're in your fine town, we have no such worries anymore.
Adventurers, you say?
Yep, I'm probing by the way.
You've been to the wars, have you?
Not yet.
What's his surface thoughts?
He's not sure what to make of you for yet. He's not sure what that person wearing the heavy cloak. Very strange skin. I wonder if she's sick.
And I'm a step in front of her and she's like, would you be able to point us into a inn or some kind of tavern? We are quite famished. We did just get in. One of those automobiles drove us in.
An automobile?
Yes, I don't know. It was some man who picked us up on the road and gave us a ride.
Did you get his name?
What was it?
Yeah.
You guys did.
Carrie?
Harry?
Carrie Randolph?
Oh, Mr. Randolph brought you to town. I wish you'd said. He puts his truncheon away on his belt. Oh, well, if you're friends with Mr. Randolph, please. Yes, an inn. You'll want something nice, I suppose.
Please.
He says you'll want to go to First Street,
First Street.
next to Wales.
Next
It's
to
near
Wales.
the Docks District, but it's nice. They have a good clientele and rooms, very comfortable beds. And it's out of the smoke. Try not to pay any of the peasants or give anybody any money. It'll only attract a crowd.
Of course.
Should we follow the libraries?
I'm also going to be probing. I'm
That would
like,
be
what
the
kind of
big
currency?
building. We know what it looks
Because when he starts
Yeah, but
speaking of
like-
money, I'm like, what does he mean by money?
Coin, royals.
Gold?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I'm just
Yeah.
confirming it's not
When you
the hell
peek
money.
through his head, the money looks not dissimilar, although the shapes are different from
Different
from,
stamping.
from dragons. No, there's no because dragons are kind of like
What, octagonal? Where it's like,
no, they're kind of like squarish with rounded sides.
okay,
Their coin is all round.
all around, okay. So I'm just thinking about, that should be fine, and we'll worry too much about it. And I'm like, okay. Well, thank you, sir.
Also, it's a lot smaller than the stuff you guys are used to carrying around too.
Well, first, Wales.
Surprised
Docks Street.
Mr. Randolph didn't take you to the inn himself.
He had some business with his automobile.
And he says, "Oh, those crazy adventures."
Indeed.
I shoot a smile.
Sure is.
Well, thank you for your time. And then, first, and I'm just going to point a general direction.
And he goes, first.
Cool.
We file off like little ducklings.
He's looking at your robes rather oddly. And he points you towards Main and First, near
Okay.
Wales.
Okay. We're trying to get there so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hit
Stay on-
Main Street looks like a militarized zone. But First is the next road down, and then you can see it cuts directly through the heart of the city. There are bridges and canals in your way before you even get near the docks district. So you've got a long ways to go. Main Street looks like basically like 3 or 4 military bases laid end to end. Kind of reminds you of Waterdeep's, not Waterdeep, yeah, Waterdeep's, the guard district.
Oh, okay.
But you also, as you just kind of happen to glance down there, you do see some very large, about the size of naval vessels, dry docked.
Okay.
And you also see a squad of marching Vasilius people, probably about 12 of them, marching in 2 lines of 6, with somebody barking left, right, at them. Almost like they're drilling.
They
This
all.
is more Vasilius than you've seen in one place.
Are they all like about the same height? They all look like
Yes.
they're probably the same race.
They're
humans?
probably all about average human height. Some are slightly shorter, some
Okay.
are slightly
But there's
taller.
no extreme difference.
I'm gonna
No.
keep an eye on
You
that.
do notice that the marching soldiers are all wearing black. Most of them aren't in tatters yet. They look like robes over metal armor. The person doing the marching or doing the commanding is in gray. And you also notice off to the side, leaning against one of the boats with his helmet off, appears to be smoking a pipe, is someone wearing white. But the white looks fresh.
That's
Untouched.
more like it. Which one did you have? You with the black one?
Black.
Yeah, black, and then I have black, and then gray.
So evidently, gray seems to be in charge of people wearing white.
And then yours was white?
Just- yeah.
Yours is
Which
white.
is underneath the sergeant because otherwise, I mean, yeah. I don't think
Or
they
perhaps outside of that ranking.
probably
entirely.
don't. The normal recruits probably don't get to just go off and have a smoke break whenever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is their home base?
Maybe
So I didn't get
maybe
that.
an off-planet base.
Yeah, I think I
God,
just.
that sounds weird.
Yeah. Well, just keep going. Just try to pass through here.
As you're walking along, you also see most of this down this one road. I mean, that's the obviousness is the militarized area over there, and then the big ships, which look totally out of place in the middle of the town.
Are they masked down and everything?
They look like
Nobody's
the
on
hulls
board?
of vessels, no ships, no masts, no sails.
Okay, it's just the. Okay.
Yeah.
A
Just,
skeleton or
no, fully
full? Okay.
bit, and they look like they're possibly wooden.
That's odd.
Very.
It's also getting on towards evening as you've been here for quite a while. The sun is starting to
Well, let's chop chop.
Yeah.
Hurry
let's
up.
get there fast.
I don't want to be caught in the middle of the night out on the road like this.
No.
You pass Main Street into First Street. First Streit is a bigger thoroughfare. There are horse-drawn carriages moving up and down the street. You see several parked along the sides, but on either side of the house you see could only be referred to as mansions, 2 or 3 story mansions with
Like-
with steps going up to front doors. All of them have lamps along the roadside, which are just starting to come to life with some sort of gas burning fire, non-magical.
There's that little small bit. Guys, every single one of them is probably lighting up.
Mm-hmm.
Things are different here. I would expect it to be magical.
Right. More
Hell wasn't really magical either.
Yeah, but it still had a high capacity of magic. It was just a blending of the two.
Right.
Weird place.
Again, Vashta's attracting a lot of attention.
Fuck.
Getting a hood wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
He has a cloak. Put up your
He's
hood.
still wearing his hood.
Yeah, but anybody who gets a look at his whiskered face,
Yeah.
kind of, it's too realistic to think it's a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, his big cat feet stick out of his shoes.
Yeah.
That's here.
They're like sandals, right?
Yeah.
Like the booted sandals or
Yep.
whatever.
That's exactly what I
Well,
wanted.
as long as we're not doing anything unsightly, they're just gonna think it's interesting.
Perhaps, for now.
For now.
If we draw the attention of the Basilius, it might be
We
different.
just need to get indoors to a room where we can.
As you're walking down this area, you see signs in some windows. Some of these places look like shops. Small shops, though. You see like fancy silver things in windows. One has wafts out a variety of burning smells that are pleasant to your nose. Everybody else kind of go. Makes you a little sniffly.
Very veggie.
Yeah,
Oh.
but very like aromatic burning materials.
That's a good cabbage.
Not cabbage.
So, yeah, that sounds interesting.
As you continue to walk, you pass 2 bookshops. You pass a curio shop. You pass a place obviously selling tackle. You pass a barber shop. And then you come to a
Anyone want a
bridge.
haircut?
Hey, bridge?
A bridge. The buildings up until this point have all been stone.
Okay.
This bridge is easily 50, 60 foot across, made of very thick stone. The engineering behind it is impressive. And you notice that people have built wooden shops along the side of the bridge. Some look like they've been there for 100 years.
While I'm walking, I'm looking. We'll walk on the side
The
of the
bridge is stone.
The bridge is stone, but people have made small shops along it. And I'm not talking like fruit stands. I mean like
It's
1 and 2
huge.
story
Yeah.
homes or shop-like buildings have been built on there, on the bridge. And the bridge is not a steep arc, a gentle arc as it crosses what appears to be a rather cold, swift-moving river that comes very close to the sea.
How many feet across are we talking? Like 16?
The bridge is about 200 feet
200
long.
feet across. Yeah, it's a big bridge. It's like what is that bridge? Is it the London Canal? Where Big Ben is? That big bridge?
I've never been. I can't say.
I know there's that big bridge in front of Big Ben.
You mean
That's
the
like
London
1,000.
Bridge?
Yeah, is it just the London Bridge?
That's like 1,000.
Yeah.
Is it?
There's the
It's
song.
pretty big.
I know it's a long canal.
Anyway, this looks like a natural river that's been crossed.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a big ass river.
Again, people on the streets doing business. There's no lights on this street, So it looks like regular oil lanterns have been lit to light
And then hung up in front of shops.
home shops. You do pass a couple of drinking establishments, neither which seem to be the one that was pointed out to them.
They're not
But there
really-
are establishments here where it looks like people who are probably less well-to-do than you are stopping and staying.
Should we stay here, or do we want to go? Because
Wow.
This is fun.
as I said, I feel like we'd draw less attention here than we would.
They don't look like inns; they look like bars.
Just bars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
never
We
mind.
need to see that.
So let's keep pressing.
You also see there are a group of 3 people busily cleaning the street as the sun falls. It looks like they just got started as they are impeccably clean, bringing out brooms and starting to clean the bridge that you're currently walking on. And they give way to walkers, people walking by, and then continue scrubbing.
We press on to the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to get there.
The other side of the bridge, like the buildings you were just walking through, very nice 2, 3, 4-story mansions, look the same type of buildings, but these seem older by centuries.
Getting into the old town.
You can see they're starting to fall down in places. The people look, once you cross this bridge, the people look many degrees poor. The people you've been passing look clean, well kempt, nice clothes. Here you see people in rags just on the side of the street,
Was this right after the bridge?
right after the bridge.
Oh, talk about a division.
Cabs are gone. There's no sign of any livestock around, just
This is-
people go again wearing, they're still clothed and they're wearing as the night wears on, you can see people pulling up hoods and things. You can say it's not cold yet, but you get the impression it's about to get cold. As people are definitely
still-
bundling up against the weather.
We're still following his directions, right?
You
We're
are.
still okay.
You've been passing street signs, but none that you would, and they're all perfectly legible.
Yeah.
But
So
none that have said Wales
I
yet.
said
And you're
before we get
still
to the
a ways
docks.
away from the docks.
Okay.
You're passing through a pocket of town, it seems, that is poorer than
And
the rest of
destitute,
town. And
yeah.
you do remember him warning you not to give anybody any money.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll just at this point we'll just kind of add haste.
Keep
1.5
Vash
steps.
Keeping Vash down in front of
Just
Lyman
kinda
so
like-
you can keep an eye on him.
On a few occasions, you see people beginning to, like down the road as you're moving in mass, kind of like move to bar your way and then get a good look at you folks, and then think better of the situation. Possibly, mostly they look over at Vladrin's long sword and shield, and also at you're all kind of your shield on your back, and they think, oh, maybe we don't want to mess with adventurers and stuff.
Probably.
Smart.
Maybe we shouldn't mug these tourists.
Yeah, that's basically the impression you get. Like a group of street toughs will go
But if we
start to
weren't-
organize and then go, oh,
Yeah, they're waiting for an opportunity. We're not the opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah. Not the opportunity they're looking for.
And you do notice nobody in this area of town looks well to do. You're
Okay.
going through a bad part of town.
Well, this is familiar at least.
Yeah.
This continues on for about 4 or 5 blocks until you come to another bridge.
Okay.
This one not quite as big as the other.
Okay.
But here you see there are actual, like, at the edge of the bridge, the nicest building here is a stable and carriage house, ready to take people through fast. You can see there are carriages lined up with as many as 6 horses ready to pull the carriage to get through this part of town. It seems they're like aimed at the town,
It's-
ready to go.
Basically, like the bridge that we're coming up to, people from the other side come over, hop in,
And
get
then
through,
zip.
Yeah.
through the streets, and get over the bridge.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And you can see as you ending your jaunt through this
Mhm.
decrepit area of town, this street, First Street, is the nicest part of this decrepit area. It seems to degenerate as it goes towards the sea and towards the center of town. It is full dark, by the way.
Okay.
You haven't been able to see the sky because of clouds and smoke that has been billowing out. But this bridge, again, just as wide as the other one, the buildings on it look, again, older than the ones on the other bridge, but still wooden structures only on the bridge, while the buildings on the main streets have all been stone.
My disguise self only lasts the hour, so it would have dropped a little ways back.
Right, so now you're a giant fuzzy
Yeah.
guy.
I have to get a short rest.
Yep.
Which we're walking miles. So.
Yeah.
But I assume you just look like a really tall person with a hood up right now?
Yeah, just look like a fucking small giant.
Alright. Because you're what, 7 something?
8.
8 something?
Like, basically 8 feet. Like 7 or whatever.
You are the tallest walking
Yeah.
thing in this town at this moment, it
Sure.
appears.
Ooh, if someone's tough.
Again, no one seems to want to interact with your party, at
Yeah.
least in this
Don't
part
want
of
to mess
town.
with this. Well, if we're, I'm assuming we're not tired to the point where we can't keep going.
No, you
No.
can keep going.
Okay.
And as you come to the bridge, you notice this bridge is guarded.
Okay.
Not by the silliest, by more people wearing those funny blue uniforms with the conical hats.
Okay.
Were we given the name of the inn we were shooting
Yes,
for?
you were. I'm sorry. I neglected to
Mr. Randolph.
to mention it.
Mhm.
My favorite
Carrie
Coke.
Randolph.
Yeah,
Carrie?
it is the Explorers Club is where he said you wanted to stay.
Can I grab a cup?
Yes, please.
Please. Can you grab me some water, please?
Yeah, so that's where he was sending you, was to a
So-
place called the... Oh, you're a friend of Mr. Randolph's? You want to go to the Explorers Club?
Yeah, so I'll like sort of make a beeline towards the guards and just like, excuse me, we were
As you approach them, they're kind of like... They look at you like... At first they're like,
Yeah.
who is this person approaching us? But then they realize you seem to be in a bit of a rush.
yeah.
I'm just gonna... Yeah. They seem to think you're being chased as they gesture for your
Okay.
party to hurry.
Alright, wait.
And you see that of the 8 police, you have to
Yeah.
assume there, other than the one who's gesturing you forward, the rest pull arms. Those
The-
strange rods that
Yep,
carry
I
in
was
their
gonna say.
belt.
Yeah.
And they hoist
Thank
them
you.
up
Oh.
mid-shoulder, like a crossbow, like a heavy
At us?
crossbow. Not at
No,
you.
past the line. Yeah.
While they wait for whatever seems to be chasing you.
What's our pursuer?
Yeah.
Like they're ready to fire on their own townspeople.
Okay.
It was
Noted.
horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. I say, excuse me, we are trying to find the Explorers Club. We were told it was down here. This way.
As you saw. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
glad you all made it. But have you lost anyone in your party?
Oh no.
No.
We'll
Uh,
see.
He says there are. Okay, he says there were 5 of you, correct? I assume
Yes.
you're not hiding right now. Okay. That you are looking very elderly, right?
I have no way to disguise my ears.
Okay.
We need a room, and I have disguise.
As you've all gathered around.
Yeah.
Who takes in your party?
I still look human.
You look human.
I do too.
You do not.
Nope.
In no way do you look human.
Oh no, I have 4 limbs. That's it.
You do not look human at all. Vashta looks like a
Yeah.
walking anamorphic cat person.
That's what he is.
The policeman says, I'm gonna need you to identify yourselves.
We are friends with Carrie Randolph.
And the police have turned their weapons
Yeah.
on your
Carrie Randolph. He's
Wait.
our friend.
We're new to town. Mr. Randolph was kind enough to assist us and direct us to this establishment.
My name's Gary, man.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll if you would. Something about your appearance seems to have set these folks on edge.
That's fine.
That's not a thing new.
I like to imagine.
Picture like
Sarah.
aliens approaching a police line
No.
and saying, "Hey, show us
Sarah,
where
yeah.
your bars are."
Yeah.
Take us to your tap room. And then I'm just sitting here. I imagine doing like that Wild West, just like fingering his dagger, just
Sure.
kind of like
14.
That's either good or bad.
So, they say
I mean, I didn't actually lie.
this one police officer seems to be in charge of this.
Uh-huh.
Goes. I'm gonna need to see some papers. I mean, you have to understand. You're my first off worlders.
Huh.
Oh,
I don't have papers.
You're suddenly remembering something Sally said to you. Monsters and others outsiders are treated very badly in this world. It was very dangerous for Sally here. She got out as fast as possible.
Why did you tell us?
because I didn't remember.
Oh, Mr. King Mind?
Player didn't remember.
That's why
Yeah.
you take
The notes wouldn't have mattered.
I wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah.
well,
You know,
How many of them are there?
Hope.
Steven.
7 very well armed and prepped to fire.
How are they arranged?
riflemen.
How are they arranged?
Hope
in a
reaches
line.
into her bag of holding and pulls out a small pouch with probably about 15 gold pieces in it, and just
That works.
They haven't fired yet.
yeah.
oh
And the
yeah,
guy-
we know.
He failed. You persuaded him to not attack
Yeah.
immediately.
Oh, shit.
And I, like, sort of reached the bag out to him. I was like, "Pardon me, we are very new. Is there a way we could purchase papers?"
Are they in a line?
Yeah.
How many feet
like
across?
a firing squad.
How many feet across? I need my numbers.
The bridge is about 60 feet wide.
Okay.
They are positioned about 10 feet apart from each other across the bridge, with this commander or this person in charge in the center.
Moment, please.
And you are not in line with them. You are
That's fine.
in front of them. And you offer him a bag that jingles slightly when you
Yeah.
hold it out. And the look on his face is one of not really
Oh, 'cause it's on here.
outrage,
Yeah.
but something akin to being insulted, like you've insulted his family or his profession by trying to bribe him.
I did ask if I could purchase papers. It's not an outright bribe.
He's assuming a lot on his behalf.
Guards.
Guards.
Yeah.
Can't live with them. Can't live with them.
How much do I get?
We could probably live without them.
Well, we could. With the normal people, the common people.
He's going to say,
Ugh.
"You're not obviously armed, but your tall, hairy friend is, and so is the boy there, who's obviously some kind of cat creature.
That is correct.
I've only seen elves in storybooks before, but I'm assuming that's what their lady companion is.
I just nod.
Indeed.
Says, as you are new here, I will not throw you in the stockade for attempting to bribe a police officer. I don't know how things go on the planet.
I
you're
am
from.
very sorry. I thought that we needed to purchase papers, and you were an authority figure. It wasn't an attempt at a bribe. I would never.
No. And he says, at this point, I'm not obliged to let you cross this bridge. However, I don't want you disappearing into the alleys behind you either. So I'm going to ask that you hold your position here, have your large friend and small boy keep their hands well away from their weapons, or my men will fire.
We have no need.
And judging by the, shall we say, timeline your weapon seems to come from, I should warn you that these weapons are very deadly.
Of course, I would expect nothing less from upstanding law enforcement professionals such as yourselves.
And then he says, are any of you still wearing your Vasilius?
No.
No, they took them all off.
And he says, I'm, again, not used to dealing with off-worlders. So I am going to use my call box over there. I would like you all to stay in your location and call someone who is.
Okay. Yep.
And then he says, I have a magister coming. So be on your best behavior. They are used to polite discourse.
I'm in
As
his
are
head.
we.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw?
Uh,
Or are you just
13.
surface thoughts?
I'm
He was
starting
doing
surface
light
thoughts.
from the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's like anytime when someone's doing this, I always
Especially new people.
You can't get in.
I can't peek it. Okay, then I'll drop out because
But
if I
the-
keep probing,
the-
he'll
the-
know that I'm trying to
Right,
get in
but
there.
the surface thoughts were honestly exactly what it was reporting to you.
Okay.
He actually thinks he doesn't know what to think right now, but you aren't the first off-worlders he's seen.
Okay.
But the ones before now will all have papers, so he doesn't know what you're all about.
Okay.
Also, he's never seen a furbolg,
Yeah,
and he's never seen a tabaxi,
Fair.
and that's freaking him out.
that's fair. And then I'll drop from
you,
his.
you also notice that some of the riflemen look nervous at your presence. They're fully competent in their use of the firearm, but your presence here is making them nervous. They're maybe a bit xenophobic.
Vladim's gonna pull out his pipe
All right.
and do a.
Actually, when you start lighting that up, you see at least 3 of the guardsmen visibly relax when they see your smoke.
okay.
yeah, because it's a humanish thing. It's a very.
I figured they'd go the other way
Normal.
around.
No,
Like,
they
what is he
pull-
gonna do with
They
this
see
pipe?
him pull out a pipe and start to light it, and some of them go, "Any man who smokes a pipe can't be all that."
Yeah.
Oh.
He appreciates that. Yeah. He's just smoking that a little bit. And he's
Kids
like,
don't smoke.
Nope.
And don't smoke kids. Also a bad idea.
Yeah. So he goes over to a box, and you see him actually using something where he's pressing a button multiple times on a little box.
Is he facing towards us?
No, he is facing away. Well, he's kind of half facing towards you.
That's fine. I'm waiting for him to start talking. That's what I'm talking about.
He never talks.
He's totally.
He is.
Oh. Okay, he's doing Morse code. What's his surface thoughts doing?
They're still actually right now. He's trying to remember all his codes.
Okay. Well, what?
He thinks he's saying 5 off-worlders at Ready Bay Bridge,
Okay.
Vagrant side. Send Magister to meet and determine if they're hostile. And he says, and then he goes, I hope I got hostile. And not hostile. Says, I hope I got hostile and not hostile.
Yeah.
If they are hostile.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Smoking that like.
I just hum a little tune.
Okay. As you relax or hang out, by
Pretend
this
to be
bridge,
relaxed.
you're just kind of like Vladimir smoking a pipe. Your passive perceptions of concentrating on the area around you.
Yeah.
But I imagine Vladimir, while he's smoking, is kind of looking around.
He's
You're
He's-
concentrating on your foes.
he's always
Yeah.
trying to see anything.
I assume you're kind of
But-
keeping your head down, even though just because you're kind of that's your defense mechanism. You're the only one I imagine is actually looking at the sky. At the
Yeah.
moment. Make a perception.
He has his shield out, but his weapon is obviously holstered. He just always kind of has it That's a... Ooh, that would have been a natural one. 23.
It's full dark now.
Mhm.
Has been for some hours, but this is the first time you've actually got to look at the night sky as a breeze is blowing along the riverside or the canal side and clearing the smoke away from the sky. The stars are weird. It looks like they're all being drawn to a central point somewhere in the horizon.
Does that point appear dark?
Yes. And the stars that are they're kind of they look like they're almost like, you know, when a bright light flashes in darkness and you close your eyes immediately, you see a light trail.
Mhm.
That's what the stars are.
It looks like they're like... The
They're-
trails are being sucked in, like... Okay.
You are
Alright.
face on from it.
He's gonna reach over and just kind of... Dink, dink.
That's very strange.
I was giving you the, like, telepathy signal.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll be like, yeah,
Do you want to let them know? This is weird.
yeah. And I'm just gonna.
And Hope's looking up now because she
Yeah.
knows them.
You see both
Yeah.
of them going. Come on, you see that?
I'm assuming it's an audible... Tink, tink.
Yeah.
Oh,
You hear Vashta go.
Not sure.
How big is the emptiness? Because you said it all goes to a void, right?
Mhm.
How big is it? Like when we look out into the sky, is it like?
It's bigger than the slash of emptiness on the previous planet.
bigger?
You're closer. But you're not in the
Time dilation?
swirl. You're approaching head on, or
Yeah.
better view from head on.
When we were on the other planet,
It would have
we
been.
were on the line of the disc.
Yep.
Yeah.
In this one, is it like a flat? Is it...
Yes.
Okay.
It's like you're looking at the front of a plate rather than the side of a plate.
Okay. So we're not in the area of
Or a
the...
shield in your case would be more of a apt metaphor. You're
We're
looking
not
at the
more-
front of a shield.
We're not in the actual gravitational swirl.
Yeah.
That's good.
But you're still probably being pulled.
Yeah. Water is not nice. Ooh, bad. Dark spot. Oh, no.
Hope sends a message to Asher. I don't know why I thought that the four closest places to each other would not be having the same problems.
Yeah. No, I agree.
One of them just is in there.
She's just like, oh no, that tracks. I should have assumed.
Man, we really don't think about the stuff we
We're not
Well,
super great at consequences.
Before then, you didn't know what it was. You just thought it was an empty point in space. This
Yep.
looks terrifying.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I assumed that it wasn't too far of a stretch where if that is a weird thing in the sky, and time is weird on this planet,
Yeah.
so they may be connected, and then...
But this,
Just-
you think you're looking at the same thing now from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And to see the vastness of it, and that it is actually devouring stars.
Yep.
Not in the abstract, stars keep disappearing, but in a... Oh. Okay.
That's unsettling, to say the least.
You can see maybe why some of these police are a bit twitchy.
Indeed.
And also why maybe off-worlders aren't necessarily a bad thing right now.
Yeah.
Because if you can get here, maybe they can get there.
There. Get fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is the only one in the vastness of space.
Probably.
Don't... I'm not sure I quite believe that's only one of anything anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, while you're having this conversation, the
Little
commander
penis
has
out.
returned, but he's not conversing with you. He's just kind of keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
You can see the weapons on the arms of the other police are starting to dip as they've been holding it like this for a while, and you can see they're starting to get tired.
And we're not being particularly threatening.
Right.
The
So
adrenaline's
they're
wearing off.
starting to relax a bit. Suddenly, there is a blue circular light that goes whoosh, and then disappears, leaving a road command.
Dimension door. Yeah.
Obviously, a dimension door spell.
Yeah. So he notes. He's like, all right.
I
You're
have that.
caster.
Yep.
Dun-dun-dun.
He looks dressed very similarly to the guy with the staff who was talking to the member of that sergeant.
Okay.
Not the same guy.
Yeah,
Right.
Just the same.
Just similar dress.
So
Yeah.
evidently there's more than one of those guys walking around this city. And he will approach. He is. You can see he's got some male pattern baldness going on, but he's decided to shave the rest of it. He's got a beard that is just here, no mustache, no sideburns, just here. And very big, bushy eyes. He's carrying a staff that he clicks on the ground, but it doesn't look like he needs it to walk. He's not an old man.
It looks more useful.
Yeah,
Focusy.
like it's more like clank, like I'm here, clank.
Does it have an
You
actual
know,
like metal cap on the end?
No, it's wooden.
Just wood.
Yeah.
So it's just the wood on stone sound.
But it has a
Yeah, it can be
very,
wood.
it has like a, what's the word I'm looking for? The appearance is very affected, gnarled staff.
Yeah, that's good.
Look.
Yeah.
Where it looks like he picked the wickedest looking, not for its usefulness,
Yeah.
just because it was big
I
and
need
twisty
a
looking.
wizard
That
staff.
looks like something
Exactly.
I
that
will
could
get
be
that
magic.
wizard
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah.
That's a
He
wizard
probably
stuff.
picked it out of 6 or 7 that were on the wall.
Yeah. Too straight. Too bent. Ooh, yeah.
That looks menacing. That looks like, hey, don't fuck with me. I cast spells.
It's for work.
And
That's my
he will
orchid staff.
look at the 5 of you. He discounts Foster right away as too young. Nope. Definitely not. Definitely not. Looks over at Asher. I assume you don't grin at
No.
him. And he will start to approach you. He cuts like half the distance, looks at the
Firing squad.
the firing squad, who as he crosses their parallel, weapons
They drop
down
their
at
guns,
their
yeah.
side. Almost like, it's maybe you're not supposed to point a weapon at this guy.
Yeah.
Almost as if.
And he will approach half the distance to you directly, and he goes, you sir, please step forward.
I step forward.
Name, sir, and place of origin, if you won't mind.
Asher Redglade. Favorite.
Fame. Does that have a more astrological, or sorry, astrometrical designation?
Terrell, yeah.
You would know it.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, oh, Terrell.
You don't mean Toril, do you?
Goddamn Watergate accent.
Torrell. Torrell. Yeah, sorry.
He says, I've only ever heard it pronounced Toro, but is that what you mean?
Yes.
Excellent. What have you come here for? You've brought some very strange companions. Looks at you.
Yeah, and I look at them like,
He's giving a slight grin.
I look at them and go, yeah, I noticed that when we came in that we were off. But no, to be honest, we heard of this place and we wanted to take a visit. We heard there was a grand library.
And he says, you might have kept this. You're tourists.
I guess
Yes?
that's a good way to explain it. We're touristing now, but that's not our profession.
He says, we're not on some map or anything. What to see in the universe when you're out on a lark. What are you doing
You're
here
not on
specifically?
As I said, we heard of a library of significance, if you will. And I kind of like look at my friends and kind of gesture like, and I'm just like, I heard of it. It's quite significant. There's some good stuff there.
Well, you're not lying, so make a persuasion
Yeah.
roll. We're here for your libraries.
That's not bad. We'll take that. That's a 19.
He goes, it's odd.
I cock my head. Odd? Oh,
He says it's
no,
odd.
I'm not even attempting
Good, good.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to believe that you honestly came here with no ill will intended.
Thank you?
Your armaments, though, make a different impression.
I look at...
He's looking for it.
Yeah.
And at your kitty person
Yeah.
with the skull handled
And I'm like,
sword.
sorry.
And the dagger on his other belt.
And then I have my dagger, and I'm like, right.
It's sort of your
From
bodyguard.
where we're from, one who doesn't defend themselves usually make easy prey of and he kind of like gestures towards the poor district of vagabonds.
He says, well, they're not allowed in the city unless you have permit or law enforcement or are one of the others.
I hold out a bag.
He sees you, watches you, put them in there, and he goes,
That's fine.
Does Vashta put
He
his
says,
in?
Yeah, Vashta.
I see your lady friend is a practitioner of some sort.
Kinda. It's a uncommon item from where we're from. Not
Yes.
everyone has one.
Is it?
Yes.
Some kind of portable alternate dimension.
Yes.
Handy bag.
Yeah. It's a bag that has extra dimensional space where you can put many things in it.
Yes. Obviously.
And then he's just gonna be like, we're not gonna be walking into any extra dimensional places, right? On this side of the bridge.
Because only if you're not very careful.
Good. Very good.
Such a good statement, Asha.
And he says, I am not inclined to give you permission to visit our library at face value. You have not done anything for the city. You've created a bit of a stir amongst our constabulary, constables.
One days.
And you've caused me to cast in the evening when I was set to enjoy my dinner.
Apologies. I know how bit of an inconvenience that is, especially when you're getting ready to wind down for the day. I know,
Yes.
and he kind of like looks over at everyone and goes, "I know too well."
And he says,
Hope
so
just
you...
looks increasingly offended that you said she wasn't a practitioner.
And he says, I take it you are a practitioner as
Indeed, I am.
well. May I inquire of the arts in which you endeavor?
I look up and down at his staff. How tall is his staff?
It's about 6'2". Slightly taller
Too
than
big.
him.
Too big. I need 3x3.
He's probably like 5'10".
Yeah. I was thinking about the chair, but I'm trying to think of something.
I see you thinking, and it's like, use your words, Asha.
Yeah. And I'm like,
So they don't shoot us.
he's just like, I practice in summoning things, conjuration, pulling things from different.
Can you do something non-offensive to show me? I've obviously demonstrated a minor ability of mine to appear.
Your chair?
Nah, he's not gonna do that. He's actually gonna do a small trinket, just like a small statuary.
Okay.
Of what?
Of something in Waterdeep, like at a curio shop. Like I would imagine it'd be like a like of either a great hero or like maybe one of the little effigies that they have of the troll burning.
Sure. You make
So-
a little wooden troll.
Yeah, just
That's hideous,
right.
but effective. I
Yeah.
see what you did.
It's a token of a holiday from where I'm from, and then he'll just dismiss it.
Laser pointer is not like a.
Those aren't a toy.
Keep that piece tied. Oh, I'm sorry. Just went off.
So he goes, interesting. Are any of your other folks here casters, or are they simply attendants? He seems to assume you're in charge immediately.
Yeah.
I'm a holy man of sorts.
I can do similar things, and I do a little
And-
similar trinket.
In telepathy, he's
Oh,
just.
you can do that same thing?
Prestidigitation.
Oh,
But she
you
does
make a-
prestidigitation to do like a small little.
Well,
item.
it
Anything
doesn't
that can
actually give
fit
us that.
in your
It's
hand.
anything that can fit
It
in your
doesn't have
hand.
to be in your hand though,
Yeah,
either.
but I just essentially do the same thing that Asher did.
Yeah.
Right, you guys all, yeah, got trolls.
But I do a girl version.
Oh. So a troll in a dress.
Yeah.
Nice sundress.
So, and he goes,
Mm.
alright, you're obviously a bodyguard then.
Yes.
He's a protector.
He says, elves. Strictly speaking, they're a heresy. He says, the fairy tales are heresy. But, living proof, can you do something?
We'll
We
we'll work
He
on
goes,
it.
thank you, you might start a riot.
Noted. Well,
And he says, where were you headed exactly?
We were headed to the.
Oh, again, she's talking. Okay. He
Yes.
seems to prefer conversing
Yeah.
with Asher. He doesn't. He made
Yeah.
it. You know, he's just kind of like.
because you look like a
He
human,
does
right?
say
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
He did say something rather rude, but he is obviously considers caster.
Yeah.
Sexist and racist.
Classist.
Classist.
We cast her though.
Oh wait, no, you did cast a spell.
yeah.
For him. Sorry, never mind. He attends to your
I see.
words.
We were heading
politely
towards
then.
the Explorers Retreat. Explorers Club.
Mhm.
Pardon me.
Well, while fitting, I suppose if I know you're going to be located there and I need to ascertain your intentions again, I will ask that you maintain your residence there for your entire stay.
Thank you.
Gladly.
And I just kind of look at the three of us and like, in all fairness, it's not like we don't stick out.
No, your presence is likely to be a bit of a problem. See, we have... Well, why don't we walk and talk? I haven't been to the Explorers Club in a couple of weeks. I could use a pint.
Oh yes.
And as with having to be out here, the wife doesn't know how long this appointment's got to be, so if you're buying...
Of course.
Of
I will
course.
see you there safely.
Well,
And the police part for him as he starts to walk across the bridge. Everybody parts for this guy.
walk behind him like the queen.
I'm walking, let him take point, but I'm like right there on the side while talking to him.
Okay,
I let Asher take point because I got dirty looks.
you did.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning.
Look
Well,
at it,
he's-
then too, just like
Yeah.
this place.
This gentleman obviously has some personality quirks he probably needs to work on.
Yeah.
Prejudice is that he should probably get the fuck over.
Well, it's his land.
They're not too multicultural here.
No, they're not.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I did mention that they seemed a bit xenophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And he says, you are not the first visitors we have had of late. Recent incursion by those starfaring folk.
oh, is that what that was? With the big boats?
Yes, those people in the armor,
Yeah.
I think they call themselves Basilius. I'm not in the group. Oh, sorry, he didn't say group. And he says, I am not in the commission set to treat with them. In fact, that commission would have responded today, but they evidently are too busy to deal with the day-to-days of city life.
How long have they been stationed here? Looks like they've had a
5 years.
5
now.
years.
A special dispensation by the king. Evidently, they're going to save us. Seems very unlikely. But now he's going on and on about the resources that have been designated to building ships to carry everyone off of this ill-fated rock.
Other resources. Metal? Wood?
Seems they have taken the entire city, has been turned, everybody who is capable has been turned towards building ships to try and
That's what I figured. Yeah.
unload the residents who are
Essentially-
well-to-do enough to leave.
Yeah, they're essentially building lifeboats to get everyone that's of to do off and let the rest
And
of the world
hopefully
just
take
squeeze
them
in.
somewhere, although they don't know where.
Where they're going. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Wally.
it. Yeah.
This guy doesn't seem to like the plan.
He feels that they're being set up.
He doesn't trust Vasilius, and he thinks it'd be much better if the magisters just dumped the entire library into a pocket dimension until this all blew over.
I would jest with him and be like, it doesn't sound like too bad of an idea, but... And then you'd have to wait to figure out where you're going to go with it.
Then he says, yes, dimensional travel can be a bit iffy for the layman. That's why I think we just take our best and brightest.
Well,
Their whole plan of taking anybody who can afford the ticket rankles me a bit.
Sounds rather bureaucratic.
yeah.
He says you'll end up with a bunch of upper-class know-nothings who've never done a day's work in their life, never studied.
Yeah. The very epitome of born with the silver spoon, if you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
and being fed with it all their lives, never having to break a book open. Or I brought myself up from the lowest of middle-class upbringings.
I kind of
Paid
just...
my way through school. He's going on and on about how he's had a harder life because he had to actually learn how to be a wizard in order to get by.
Yeah. I chuckle and be like, yeah, I run very parallel to that as well. So, I understand.
Big fitter.
Parallel.
Anyway, but he does eventually take you to the Explorer's Hub. It is huge. It is again a stone building, but it's got columns, very like almost like Grecian in style columns. It's very ostentatious, even for where you're from. In Waterdeep.
You're gonna say...
Well, Waterdeep has a lot of
No, I know.
fanciness
No, I know,
that
I know.
is completely unnecessary.
And
This
we
place-
grew up in the castle ward.
Yeah.
This place looks like they've taken fanciness one step further.
It turned it to an 11.
You
I like
do
it.
see that there is a silver wrought plaque on the wall that members only and guests and members.
Gary.
And he walks right up to a person in very, very fancy dress with long coat, tails, carrying not a weapon but like a silver disc at his at his hand. And he, when your current escort approaches him, he bows deeply and opens the door for you without a word.
I just follow right behind him.
All right. This place is very well-to-do, carpeted wooden floors, big, comfortable cushioned chairs, a fountain in the middle of the room, just spewing water, with the centerpiece on it appears to be some kind of dragon, although not
Not
any
one that I'm
dragon
familiar.
you're familiar with.
Yeah. Would we have gotten a
It
short
has
rest?
a very serpentine look.
No,
to
we've
it.
been walking the whole time.
I meant like while we were waiting.
Yeah, was
probably
it? I don't
shorter
think...
than
Was
that.
it? Yeah, it was shorter than an hour while we were on
Yeah,
the
it
bridge,
was
right?
just
Yeah.
shy of an hour before
Okay.
you started walking.
Did we walk a mile after during that hour?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
You haven't gotten a rest yet.
I just wanted to make myself look fancier.
But he does approach a person who appears to be a valet, order a round, in which he gestures towards Asher and says he's paying, and then says, "Take us to the club room, if you will." And you go to a room that appears to be a bunch of people sitting around playing chess.
Not my game, but yeah.
I do have proficiency in that.
Oh, damned.
Nope. But there are many chairs set with side tables and coffee tables, and he finds a group that is separate from the rest and gestures for your party to go sit.
I'd sit down. But I would sit in an empty spot and my chair. It's my chair.
Platinum gets a
my
spot
chair.
where you can see the door.
Okay. You're in an interior room with no windows. There is a thick patina of smoke in the air above here as many people are smoking pipes and cigar-like smoking materials. None of them have any of Gary's special blend.
That's fine.
They just smell like burnt leaves.
That's a special treat. The tobacco is what he mostly smells.
And he will sit you down. And eventually, a round of pints come. Very nice glass. Clear, with a dark, foamy liquid.
When in Rome.
There are no handles. And he goes, "So," after he relaxes and has a sip, wipes off the Guinness mustache. "Tell me about where you come from."
I would just give him a brief synopsis of Faerun. Just, talk about Faerun,
How long
Waterdeep.
can you keep your disguise?
Indefinite.
Definitely.
Mine's the one that sucks.
Yep.
Yours is
Hurry up.
innate.
It's just like the hat. Yeah, hers eats in a tomb. So, but yeah, as I said, I would
So,
talk about Faerun,
Yeah, if anybody else
Waterdeep.
wants to, he's just asking casual questions, seemingly just like, "What's life like?"
Yeah.
She sees
How's the
really
weather there? Yeah.
With a very often will turn the conversation to how prevalent is magic.
Oh, God.
I giggle when he says that, and I'll just be like, well, considering that there's always some kind of catastrophe that happens every couple hundred years on Faerun.
He will inform you when you tell you that magic is very closely regulated here. Only specific people are allowed to practice, and that's after many years of education. You have to have the equivalent of a doctorate in order to legally practice magic.
And it's like you have to get permits and shit while
Exactly.
you're training.
And you got every 5 years you got to come in and
And
read
get
it
your-
certified.
Yeah, and make sure you haven't
When he's
gone down.
explaining
in
that,
front of the
Hope
board.
just kind of like.
Oh.
Hey, well, we will also tell you that the people's mental health who practice magic is rigorously monitored, because here magic has a chance to drive you insane.
Magic has a chance
And I go,
Hope will actually go, that is not the worst idea I've ever heard.
I'm not going to lie, that does sound something similar to what Waterdeep does.
And he says, here, what you may call, we call it here the weave. What do you call it where you come from?
The same.
Oh, well, that makes things convenient. He says, here the weave has been tainted for near a millennium.
Those stars, is that anything to do with that?
Yeah,
He says, no, that's a relatively new past century. Although the effect in the sky has grown rapidly over the past year.
How long ago was the spell plague in Faerun for us?
Is that like
that's when
It's
Mr.
about,
died.
it's about 500 years?
Yeah.
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 Believe so.
So
you have
evidently
Scout.
their magic has been going on for about
Yeah.
not a millennium, about 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Right, give or take.
And then that's when
About 1,000 years ago, something corrupted the weave.
okay. So that's when you'd be like, well, we had something similar happen to Faerun when the whole spell plague happened and magic kind of went away for a bit.
Well, that's because the goddess of magic died.
No, I know.
There he goes.
What are you coughing at me?
The
What?
the
Helen killed her.
What?
your host says, "Goddess of magic."
Yeah.
She's all right now.
She
He
came
says,
back.
You still have deities there.
They are
Yes.
very involved.
Very involved.
Oh, that won't be good.
Yeah.
For what you were planning.
Well, he says our folk world did away with most of our patronage, our religious rights and identities shortly after the weave crashed.
With a passive insight of 20, can I gauge that he's trying to decide whether or not they can move to Faerun?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
no, that's
assumed,
100% what Asher's been trying to like.
Or at the very least him, and maybe a small portion of his family.
Yeah. Like, yes.
He's trying to gauge how inviting it is.
We're trying to play up the catastrophe.
But the idea that there are active gods and goddesses seems to just put him.
It's like, ooh, I don't want to move there.
I don't want to go any place where religion
Gods
will
are-
sway.
Yeah. I don't want divine intervention with what I deal with.
Yeah.
God, what if he ever
Popping our
met a
religious
cleric?
colors.
Right.
Mistra?
That you now realize when you said you're a holy man, that's why you kind of oh yes, you're a bodyguard. Okay.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it's not all bad.
It is interesting, but perhaps we'll continue our search.
There is
Sure
a
is.
place that, if you're interested, you'd be able to get us either an inn's in on, and I kind of just like tap my nose, on someone who would let us be able to take a peek at the library. I could maybe show you a star system that'd be a little bit more friendly.
Make strength check with advantage.
Yeah.
Because you said the words he was looking
Damn
for.
it. 17.
That's not bad. Damn, but you want a net?
I rolled a 10 and an 11.
Okay.
So they're just like right next to each other. It's like
Yeah, but you're talking magic with this guy. He's happy.
And you have proof.
yeah.
And he said, "All right, you've caught my interest. I and a group of my fellow council members have all but given up on the Vasilius plan, which is to evacuate." And he says, "And if a simple glance in our library will put us on a step towards our plan, I might be able to do something for you. But first, I've come straight out and told you what we're after." It took him a long time to get around to saying what he was
I
after.
mean, he's
but
a wizard.
he's
He
now-
came straight out and
he's now
told
come out and said, "Hey, me and a bunch of my flunkies want to get off this rock.
Yep.
And we want to take all our fun stuff with us.
Yep.
Yay, fun stuff.
And we want to go somewhere where we can rule."
Just, a free planet.
That's pretty much what you get there looking for. What is it you want from our library?
There's a...
Sorry. Oh, we're getting very close to break.
I was told that there's a specific book that you have in your library that can be found nowhere else in the universe. Or the multiverse.
I find that entirely possible. We have a vast collection of knowledge, some of it from before the corruption. Although those books are very closely guarded.
Of course.
Would this be one of those books?
Probably, honestly. I have a mentor who is interested in it.
mentor can mean a lot of different things. Perhaps you could be more specific.
She is responsible for teaching me significant portions of my magic. And
Oh, so you're an apprentice. Is this an archmage? A magus of some kind?
I believe that fits. She's a law keeper.
A lore keeper, so not a military rank.
No.
Does she hold any rank at all?
Not that I know of, other than a individual who has lived for a very long time and made it her business to collect knowledge.
Not a divine.
No.
Excellent. Well, as long as it's not some sort of branch divinity trying to wheel our way and back into our world.
No.
Like, I like to imagine every time like he just says that, Caitlin's just like, this bitch.
Fuck this
Yes. So, let's get down to it then. Which of those books are you looking?
Do I have the name of it?
You do?
It was the Book of Keeping.
Yeah. One of the books of keeping. There's more than one.
Yeah. But I assume it's called Book of Keeping because it's
guy.
one of them. Because it's Templars and others.
Although, what exactly that is, I don't think you've ever bothered to find out.
No. But it's just
The book of it's one of the books of keeping, basically.
Is that an
Volume
act-
C.
Is that actually an item or is that something you made up?
No, it's an
It's
actual.
an
thing.
actual
Yeah.
thing
Oh.
in D&D. Books of Keeping are the things that have demons and devils.
Yeah,
True names.
Everybody's true name.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, this is all the C's.
Yeah. Can I have rolled an Arcana to see if I know what that is?
Sure.
No, I don't.
Okay, so yeah, you don't know what saying what it is.
Yeah.
will-
Yeah. It is the volume C of the book.
It's not really volume C. I was
Yeah,
joking.
I know.
No, canon now. Like fake water Davian accents, that's canon.
Of the books of
Probably like volume 3.
Yeah.
Got 3 in Roman
Yeah.
numerals, which means something different. Anyway, so you tell him
Yeah.
you're looking for the Book of Keeping.
Yes.
And he goes, Book of Keeping? I don't know what that is. Must be one of the. Is it an old volume?
Yes, she is interested in sort of old esoteric.
Does this mentor have a name? It's one I would have heard of.
Well, it is on a different plane, so would you have heard of it?
I am very learned.
Sorry, what is her name?
Oh, it is
Was it Vashka?
Seketh.
Second.
Vashka's the cat.
No, what's the other one?
The sister?
Yeah.
Prosperity. Oh wait, no, is it Prosperity? Yeah, Prosperity is her sister.
Yeah. Her name is Kethis.
So you specifically mispronounce it? Yes. No, Kethis. No, it doesn't sound familiar.
She's a bit of a recluse. I was
Okay.
very lucky to find her.
Well, to be honest, those books don't feature prominently. They come from a time of heresy, so I don't really want to take them when we go.
So I could
I was planning on
do
letting
you a
them
favor
disappear in
of
the
taking
pool.
them off your hands. Off
Yes.
your hands.
Yes. There's a lot of ears here. Pardon me for a second.
course.
And he strikes his staff on the ground, and a barrier, kind of like a Leland's tiny hut kind of
Okay.
situation,
Okay.
forms around your little party. A few people look very offended that he's done that in a good way.
Okay, I'm more than kind
I like to imagine a lot of people were
The
like,
people are like, oh, fine. And a few people who were pretending to play chess get up and leave and huff. And he says, so, let's get down to final payments. I secure this book for you, and you give us a safe gate.
One we've been through before and know to be magically friendly and the safest place between points, all points.
So are you going to give him a gate? Which one? You
I
know-
assumed you were giving him hell.
Well, there's
I
a
was
couple of
simply-
interesting ones that probably cross your mind.
Mm-hmm.
One is Tong Pax playing.
It doesn't exist anymore.
No, Tong Pax.
Oh, Tong Pak, my bad. No, I was thinking Ghost King.
Oh,
One is, of course, Hell. You know, Munden's Bar.
yeah, and there's already been.
You know the planet that's about to go whoopsie. And
That'd be hilarious.
and the one that, and the two that we haven't been to.
yeah, and the two that you haven't been to
So
on
you're
the
trying to
current
clutch
map.
it,
And you
but-
know, you could just go and pick one at random and go, this one's great.
Yeah, yeah. Like. So left to send us
But the
some
way I was
scouts.
describing it is definitely,
You were going for Hell?
like, the words I was saying were ones that we've,
Friendly to magic.
friendly to magic, and the safest place between all points is definitely,
Yeah.
like, you don't have to.
It's like
It's
yeah.
just, you know that that's what Hope
It's like
was
the crossroads
assuming.
of everything.
It is, basically.
Yeah.
You can do Hell.
Although you end up in the fridge.
Yeah.
Well, shit. They just send a scout ahead.
I mean, that's a little good for them.
You can give him the symbol for Hell.
You're
The address.
He will take.
He would not pull out the thing.
Right.
He
You
would
do
just-
it from memory. He will take out a scroll and copy the notes over. It takes him about 10 minutes.
That's fine. But I do leave out one symbol, and I tell him purposely, like, I do all the symbols, and there's one missing symbol, like, obviously missing symbol spot, and I'm like, finish painting when we get the book.
Ah, yes, but see, I'm a scouter to make sure you haven't sent me to a sun or someplace else, so I'm afraid this will not do. I must have the full map.
Can I
And then
insight?
you will not be required to steal said book. He looks over at you. I will procure it for you.
Can I insight to see if he's planning on just
Are
taking
you
the
doing a
symbol
light?
and running?
You're reading his thoughts. You're going to hit
I was
insight.
gonna insight as well.
Oh,
Uh,
just
roll away.
have some insights. Ooh, yay.
Ooh.
My insight's 0 though. No, it's actually 3.
23.
24.
He seems
Sorry.
so genuinely excited by the idea that his plan is coming together that he has given up all obfuscation at all.
Okay.
He is dead set on getting an entire planet, and he's probably willing to give you half the library of all the books he doesn't care about.
We can take that.
But he's willing to give you that book just
Yeah.
like, yeah, get this crap out of here. As long as he gets a safe portal
Yeah.
that he can
Okay.
go to and make sure it's
So he's not fucking us, is what I'm getting.
that is the impression you're getting.
And then, did he resist?
Oh,
Are you trying to prove it?
no, he did not.
Okay.
By the way, you also get remnants of the people he wants to take with him and stuff like that.
Okay.
They all seem very like-minded.
Okay. I just dig deeper. And I get the thought that he's willing to give us half the library to get the fuck out of there, right?
Yeah, but he's already made this deal. He seems relieved that it's only one book and he doesn't have to worry about it. And it's not like anything masterfully arcane because he doesn't know honestly what it is.
Yeah.
And even if he did know, he'd probably be happy to get rid of it considering what it's capable
Heresies.
Fish is a symbol.
of. No, he finishes drawing it out and he says, "It shall take me a day
Understandable.
to verify this.
Mm-hmm.
In that time, I welcome you to make use of this facility." And says, "I caution you not to go exploring too deeply unless it is in a guise that is friendly to our natural inhabitants.
Of course.
And it says, I also warn you that not knowing exactly what it's like where you come from, violence on the street is met with violence.
Something we try to avoid at all costs, honestly.
So, if one of your people attacks us,
They would be arrested. If you fought back, so would you. Especially, well, actually, I should strike that. If you fight back to defend yourself and a judge finds that you are not guilty, you will be released on your own recognizance.
But based on
Let's
some of our-
avoid such.
I try to uphold the law. It is a guiding influence.
He kind of gives you a look like, well, that's very nice. This whole time, Vosh is just sitting there deep in his hood, like, doesn't know what the hell's going on.
All right. Well, I guess that's fair enough, and I guess that you're not privy of letting us into the library. You're going to procure the book yourself.
Well, I'm afraid the library is for, should we say,
Members.
mage class only.
I just kind of look down and look up at myself.
And he says, yes, but you are not registered. And I believe you would not want to go through the examination process and the little time you plan to spend here.
Yes.
Fair.
It makes things easier on us in a way.
And he says, I also recommend you don't try and gain entry for your own personal gain, as it is well protected.
Yes.
But if you decide to act on your own, I will hold up the deal unless you get caught. And the thing that,
Yeah.
that was guarding you guys falls away. And he says, lovely pints here. Finishes the rest of his beer.
Okay.
And he says, don't stray too far.
All right. And he leaves.
Yes.
As soon as he leaves and he turns his back and he walks out that door,
I grab the mug and I put it in my bag of holding.
It's a pint glass, but
that's
sure.
fine.
Whatever.
Alright. Are you gonna clone?
Nope.
So you do it. And I'm like, finally, someone else is leaving something important behind.
Alright.
can we go somewhere that isn't racist next?
Did I get a choice on this one?
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
We're not saying it's your fault. We're just saying that in the future it might be nice.
Well, let's just try to get a place that's more friendly to non-humans. I'm sorry.
That might just be favored.
You don't
And
have
how?
to apologize. I'm not blaming you.
Right, but if I feel like that I'm
No, it was a comment
Yeah.
to the group.
right. No, I understand.
As our next goal
Don't
should
worry.
be to go to someplace
We'll
actually
just try
nice.
next time.
I'm just said I'm the driver. I
Yeah,
understand that. I'm
we'll just make an active attempt.
So,
I
But-
am concerned though.
of.
Vasilius is helping these people?
I think we
It-
should get a room.
easy enough to do. You go find somebody who works here. Seemingly the company you came in with, and a simple mention of Carrie,
Carrie.
sorry, gets you fine accommodations.
Okay.
How much does it cost?
The cost is,
Okay. And the pints, the 2 rounds.
well, the pints themselves are only 2 gold, although they look at your gold pieces funny. The rooms are 5.
Okay.
Evidently, things are a bit pricey here, but it is very nice. But you're also thinking, wow, you spent $40 hell money on the round of drinks. It was pretty pricey, and you're being charged about $80 a night for the rooms, for the one room.
Yeah.
But it's a big room, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
But
it's
we-
still just a bedroom.
Yeah.
When
We
get
go
up
to the room and then we can talk.
Yeah.
That spell.
I didn't prepare it this morning.
Ah.
Asher.
What? I wasn't.
We'll survive.
Voshter's over here. And goes, is it always like this?
Pretty much. Yeah. This one's a little bit different though.
So, Vasilius is helping people leave dangerous situations.
Yes.
I thought we'd be fighting monsters.
But this is just something we have to take care of. This is to get you used to the group. Next
Well,
time we go out,
I mean,
you'll get to see
honestly,
some of the fighting.
If we have to fight monsters, we've probably done something wrong.
Well,
Does he want a monster to fight?
No.
I mean, I
no.
suppose we could go find one.
something to train him.
Like I said, I am concerned with that. What if
Yeah.
they were just at Faerun looking for a place
Very
for them?
Dangerous magical item that did strange things.
Who knows?
That's multiple people we're after. We
What are
were
we talking
attacked.
about here?
Silly.
Sorry, I missed that bit of conversation.
Yeah. I'm confused now too. What the hell are you guys talking about?
How Basilius are trying to get people out.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
that's what
they're
you
coming to, and they went to Faerun,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone was after Hope's weapon, or Hope's,
It was a weapon.
yeah. And multiple people attacked us, but we all ended up being kind of buddy-buddy in the end.
Yeah.
And now Basilius is helping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if they just stayed in Faerun thinking you could be a home for them?
Well, they weren't
And
really
they're-
doing the kindest things.
Well, what if they were attacked first?
Well, one of
Raising
them did
the-
go to a graveyard and try and raise all the
Raising
dead
their
around.
undead, raising their dead. That's not a good. That's why we think they are the enemy.
But that was
First reason.
when Hope had
I'm
the
doing
heart.
Mordekainen's faithful hound.
Oh, the guard room.
And
Okay.
for invisible things.
There is just the one bed, and not a lot of room in the room besides. It looks like this is just a place for when you get too drunk to stand downstairs, you come up here and look at it.
Okay.
Yep.
Although the room is nice. And a bit smoky.
I'm just wondering if they really are that bad.
What I'm saying is that their current behavior is not fitting in with our previous assumptions about them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, these people weren't all desiccated and other planes.
Exactly.
Well, think about it. It's actually pretty smart what they're doing. They're trying to, if they are able to transverse, the planes and go to different worlds, they just stumbled upon a cash cow of a bunch of people who,
No other option.
with no other option, and then extorting them for all their materials and wealth to
I'm
get them
not
off.
saying that's not a possibility. I'm saying we shouldn't
Yeah,
be
ooh,
so
yeah.
tied to our previous assumptions that we cannot see.
I think
new
you're trying
information.
to look for the light in the dark instead of accepting.
I'm not
the
trying to
dark.
look for the light in the dark. I'm looking for the dark in our friends.
And on that note,
break.
break time. 'Cause I gotta
Go pee.
be back.
What I'm saying is we don't know a lot about Rathbun and their group, but what we do know is occasionally shady.
Right.
We don't also know a lot about Vasilius and their group, but what we do know is often shady.
Right.
I'm not trusting anything at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we
Yeah,
shouldn't trust either side particularly, but perhaps making our whole life mission the extermination of a certain group of people is not a good direction to go.
Part of the reason we put together that information network was so that we could learn more.
Right.
Not because we outright,
I
perhaps they have a goal that.
I think this is a lot of useful information for your records.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It might fit with what we know, but it might not.
I'm willing to.
It's interesting.
That it is.
It depends on what they're actually doing. Once we find that out, that's when we can actually make more direct decisions on how we view them. Right now, they're a possible enemy.
Well, I mean, considering that when they made contact with Faerun,
There was death involved.
there was death and hostilities. I would assume they're
At
not
least-
the nicest of
At least
people.
that group,
Well-
they seem to still be associated.
What I'm
To
saying.
be fair, there was hostilities with Ghost King. With his
Also-
sons, they
right.
attacked us for the heart.
They
Right.
With undead.
weren't exactly.
Granted,
They weren't exactly
weren't-
sent by
Yeah.
the Ghost King.
No, they were.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tong Puck
Right.
wanted to attack us.
No. If he had wanted to attack us.
I'm sure he definitely illustrated he was quite capable if he wanted to.
That's true.
Also, partly because of Siloqui's strange method of going about this. They all seemed to be surprised that she was doing that particularly. Rathbun especially. She did kind of seem weird at the end.
And she did feel like she was,
Losing her mind.
A bit.
yeah, but
It seemed like,
What if she just wanted to start a war between everyone?
well,
I don't
that's,
think that's what she was trying to do. I think she was trying to assess who were still friends and who weren't.
yeah.
And I think she
And-
got her answer at the end of it.
And they were trying to get the heart before it became an issue.
Right, until
Because as
it-
far as they knew, it's a powerful weapon.
Right. It'd be no different than
Yes.
if we thought we had a sword or a dagger or even a wand.
I
But-
mean, that's what we know.
I mean,
Unfathomable power.
Done it.
Right.
Yeah.
As I said.
But what I'm saying is I can see a version of events
Mhm.
wherein Vasilius is simply trying to take powerful and dangerous weapons out of circulation.
It's like the
I'm not
Harpers.
saying for certain that that's what I think is happening, but I can see a version of events where that makes sense.
Mhm. We just have to make sure if they are doing things improperly, but they're trying to seem, generous.
Indeed.
And, yeah, we
I'm
just
not
have to
saying
make
we
sure
become
we're
best
not-
friends with them.
We just make sure that we do not become illusioned. That's what we're trying to do.
Right.
Avoid any misinformation.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. I don't want to be expecting that we're on the right course of events and then have the carpet pulled from underneath us because we missed one detail.
Well, to be honest, I don't think you'll ever get to every detail. I think you have to work with what you have
Indeed.
and what you know, and then pursue that course until something changes it.
And all we can do is try and do that.
Exactly.
And
So
there
we're-
isn't always a problem with finding the light in the dark.
There's a difference between trying to pull it out instead of trying to search for it when it's not there. So we just wait here until our friend returns?
Yes, seems like it.
Any studying you can do? I just have prayers and maybe a little bit of training with Vashta. This is really fucking small, though.
Yes, it is.
This is definitely not going to work for
You
what-
two would have to stand on the bed and you would have to duck.
Yeah. I mean, it might be fun for him. He could jump on the bed, but
Let's not. This
Yeah.
is a nice place.
yeah, exactly. I wonder if there's any place around here where we could.
Perhaps you train.
arms aren't allowed in the city. No.
Perhaps we
Oh.
could use it as an opportunity to train Vashta in the fine art of waiting.
and patience.
Looks over at Vashta.
He looks serenely patient right now as he's sitting in a corner of the room, starting his prayers.
That's my Vashta.
A bit like, hey, look at me, Master. I'm way ahead of you here.
I saw where you were going.
I'm glad that that's taking place. So,
And then he says mildly, I don't think I could stomach a place where Helm wasn't allowed.
that is as true a statement as any. We're only here because we have to be. Soon we'll be at more friendly places to the gods, where we can outwardly show our appreciation of them.
What does the map look like again? Your big ol'
And what about it?
chart. Where do we go next?
We don't know.
I mean, once we have the
I guess we
book,
could just pick a star and
after
just
we have
choose.
the book.
What
that's
was the
time.
place that Fear was talking about?
Fear was talking about Silvery Moon, which is back in Faerun.
Yeah. It's like the cloud issues.
Is there anything we need to do on these other planets, or is there something we can do in Faerun?
Well,
Oh,
I've kind
and
of.
Silvery Moon.
Well, there's that. I was also thinking about our current core, which, by the way,
Indeed.
Scott.
Does that work?
Yeah, we're on the same thing.
we're not on a different plane. We're just in a different
I
celestial
forget.
being
It just feels like so.
Body.
body.
I guess I'll
That's what you said.
try.
Yeah.
How many?
Oh.
I don't know.
What time
The
is it
time
there?
difference.
We get to see what our.
Nuts.
We get to see what's going on. Oh, is she gonna
It's
see
a-
it in
it's a-
fast motion?
It's about.
Skipped.
That'd be crazy.
It's about. I'd say probably almost midnight here, judging by the amount of sleepiness you passed and people going about their end of day business.
This will be
So
Scry
I guess
15.
we'll know if he fails or if she fails. Are we
I'll
doing her?
use it
Yeah.
on this paper because I fucked up.
Because we won't know unless she fails.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
you're doing the barbarian woman,
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm spending an hour spell recovery.
His arcane.
Yeah.
in case you gotta get out of here in a big hurry.
He is it only one spell slot or that many?
That many spell slots.
Yeah. 'Cause you used.
I'll use the love force.
What's your save?
She does have a -2,
Yeah, -2 to her save because we're familiar with
16. Sweet. What are they doing?
They are currently eating what looks like a lunch or a dinner, not a breakfast,
them. Are they in the tent?
in a huge iron throne room.
Interesting.
It has been a little bit of time. It's been at least 2 weeks. Because of that time dilation.
Yeah. Wonder if that's happening here too.
Some of the you're catching them. Again, the dynamic around the room hasn't seemed to change all that much. It still seems to be Vladrin's buddy and the barbarian woman at odds with the dwarf and the hooded figure, who is no longer hooded, by the way, stirring shit between them.
So is the hooded figure an elf?
He is. He is a moon elf. He's missing his left eye. He also has a ragged scar the right side of his face that looks like it goes up to his ear.
Is that the same side that he's missing his eye?
No,
Opposite side.
opposite side.
Okay.
Looks like someone stuck a knife in his mouth and cut him up to his ear, and it's healed back.
That's fun.
Like Joker-esque.
It's only one side.
One side, yeah.
But he does talk in a very kind of like smarmy, well, not smarmy, but very like, he's doing most of the talking at the table, but he's basically, you can tell he's stirring shit. But they seem to have arrived at their location. And now they're just waiting for the others.
Within 10 minutes, do they show up?
No. It seems like they're intending to wait a while. Like, Not hours, more like days or months.
Does anything about the iron room look familiar? Any symbols?
No, it looks old, and it looks cold, really cold. You can
Okay.
see there are ice, like ice condensation and layers of ice on the floor around them.
No torches,
Torches, but they are very smoky and dim.
flickery. Oh yeah. Okay, so we
But
don't.
they appear to be in a big iron, like throne room slash, like banquet hall maybe. There is a kind of in the corner you saw the beginning of a dais, but that was about it.
Is the cage around?
You didn't see it.
What are they fighting about or starting shit about?
Just bickering. The dwarf is complaining, and they're mocking him for it.
Mm. Yeah, let's repeat.
Okay. They've obviously got something they're planning to do. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be just a small little group. If they're planning anything, is they need others.
Give me a perception roll while you're at it. Since you're the only one who can see.
Uh, 16.
Ooh, that's good. The barbarians seem to have been rosy skinned a bit.
Like
Not
tan?
just from the cold. She had a bit of a glow about her.
Oh no. Gross.
It has been a couple months apparently.
I know.
And her upper vestments seem to be loose fitting.
Oh.
That was quick.
Lunch.
Oh yes.
Chipotles?
Always makes me sick.
Anyway,
Let's continue.
so don't worry about it. It's quick like a band-aid. So you
breakup.
you have this night. That's what you see in your 10 minutes. Are you gonna check in again, or are you guys gonna call it?
Do you want
It's-
me to look again?
It's pretty late unless you want to try it.
Or if you want to look in on your home.
I could look in at home.
Yeah, can you look in on things there? I guess it was late. We couldn't really tell what it was like.
It's could have been dinner, could have been lunch.
We might as well give it a shot. See if there's any.
Who should I scry on?
The captain. Well, not the captain. The sergeant.
He did say he'd make himself available.
I'll scry on Dunnan.
Done in.
Doing a fork?
There's a fork in there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
There should be a fucking fork.
I'll
This
get you. Yeah, forks under the microwave.
Oh
top
boy,
drawer.
he fucked up.
Yeah, horribly.
Do you even get you a fork?
Bad review. I think the people at Chipotle are the ones that bag it.
They do.
Yeah, they pre-bag everything.
So it's Chipotle's fault.
You should have checked.
But you
Yeah,
can
she
also
does.
grab extra.
Yeah.
You saw
He
the
probably
order.
assumed.
Yeah, I just eat with my hands because I'm a barbarian.
You know what they say about assumptions.
Anyway,
Makes you
so
nervous.
you check in on Denon. He is currently, let's see, it is definitely noon or afternoon. He is currently chatting with Johan Bikini while they share a maybe a pint of milk or something. A beverage that doesn't appear to be alcoholic. They are sitting on Bikini's porch and discussing sheep futures.
Sure.
See, it almost appears like Bikini's trying to recruit him.
Stay away, old man. Trying to get the
Occasionally, Dottie will either run into the house or out of the house during that 10 minutes. It happens 3 times. And the entire time she's like, ah, 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 as she comes in and out of range of the spell. Like
Well-
she's just like, ah.
Well, no. It's not of range of the spell. It's
It's like she's there.
It's like she's 10 feet.
I know, it's just,
yeah.
I'm making
Oh,
it
okay.
silly. But she's doing like,
Kid stuff.
She comes in and out.
Yeah.
making noise.
Damn kids. Banish.
So, yeah, that's what you see.
And I'll tell them.
That's good to hear. He hasn't dipped out.
I don't think he would.
Yeah, that.
It's a pretty cush job.
Yeah,
And it's not like we couldn't find him.
exactly.
It's nice to know that all is well somewhere, though.
Mm-hmm.
Little corner.
Now we know if we go straight back to Faerun, we should do it at night until we get there during the day. Or something like that. We'll at least know what the time is there.
That's true.
Well,
So,
are we able to get, like, there's only one room.
There's just the one room and it's mostly bed.
yeah, how do you want to... She can meditate on the floor.
I just
Unless we go downstairs to get another room.
There's enough room on the bed for 3 of you, and you
Mm.
can stick Vasha on the foot of it, but you might kick him in the middle of
Nah, he can curl up. He can loaf.
it. It's a bit small for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a bed.
I don't know how that.
So you 3 can cuddle. It'd be real tight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
3 of us cuddle.
Cuddle.
so Vasha's stuck on the floor.
At the end. On their side.
I can let
Who's in
Bosch...
the middle?
Asher.
I mean, I'm pushing you guys off the bed, probably.
Yeah. So
I'm
be
just,
on the end.
I'm hugging you, make sure I'm not.
So
We're
it's
not-
Vladrin, Asher, Hope.
Yeah.
But we're used to cuddling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you 2 cuddle all the
All
time.
the time.
Yeah.
All right.
We're at odds, but we cuddle.
And then Kaylin and Vasha would be on the ground. She'll let Vasha have like her bedroll to like put on top of his for extra cushion.
Okay. He will say, I appreciate this, my lady, but I've become used to sleeping on a hard surface, and then he immediately passes out on your bedroll.
So she'll meditate for 4 hours and just be awake.
Okay. The unlike the club room that you were in earlier, there's a window, a single window onto this land. Shortly after your 4-hour rest, the sun begins to rise.
That's quick.
The morning is a bit ocean swept. There's a overcast day. The sun still cuts through the clouds brightly though. And you see the hustle and bustle of the street below begin new as people are what appears to be loading up not belongings, but every bit of metal and scrap they can find into wagons. It's a new day.
Right. Now I'm guessing the time passes. And then no pranks. I don't think Kaylin's really a prankster.
No.
And so, are you guys going to do anything today? Or are you going to wait for your strange benefactor to come back?
Probably just wait for him.
Hope
Yes.
is just sort of like tensely waiting. Like she had
Are
the
you gonna-
insight.
Are you guys going to like not leave the room?
No.
Kaylin would go downstairs for breakfast with her hood up.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope,
You have to lower it to get people to serve you food.
Well, Hope would go with you and do the
No
ordering.
It was like, man, when are these customers going to get here as you're standing in front of them?
Well, I assume when I talk directly,
Yeah, you.
they will
Yeah.
hear me, but
I
they
was-
won't see the.
I was mostly joking.
Okay.
We're very literal today.
So, yeah, you're able to get breakfast. It's mostly small portions of meat that they serve, and very vegetables are all kind of like withered, and they're all like small root vegetables or things like peas or cabbage that is all a bit wilted or old.
Oh, that's dead already.
And you see, even at this stage of the day, most people are drinking.
Okay.
Every 8 hours, they'd be casting Mordekainen's Faithful Hound.
Oh, to guard the room?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Hope would try and see if there were people looking for someone to play chess with, because you said there were a lot of chess.
Yeah,
things going
and
on.
in fact, if you sit at one of the boards for more than 5 minutes,
Mhm.
somebody will come down, barely saying a word like "good afternoon" or "good morning,"
Yeah.
and hit the timer and
Alright.
look at you. Unless you sat at the opposite
Yeah,
side, and then
yeah.
they will move and look at you,
Yeah.
like your move. And barely a word spoken during the game, unless you initiate a conversation.
I wouldn't just.
Well, give me.
Can I roll insights? Because I would be trying to, like, determine what method they're doing, and then the. one
She's trying to
that's-
mind game.
Yeah, because I have proficiency in chess,
Right.
Yes.
so
Skill
I
of the
imagine
game.
that she knows like the different methods.
Sure.
So she'd be inciting which
Give
one
me
they're
an
using.
insight check and then roll your skill check.
What stratagem are
Okay.
you using?
Nat 20 on the insight.
He's using a very complicated. What he or she? Odd. He. She. She is using a very. It's basically a simple opening gambit to measure
Yeah.
what you choose to do, and then the moves are all predictable but flawless.
Okay.
They make almost no mistakes.
Okay.
It's almost like they've got chess down to tic-tac-toe.
And then like intelligence plus proficiency for.
Yes, and they will roll the same.
Oh, they
Oh.
win.
Don't be too sure.
What is that? That's only a 8.
No, they win.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, she goes, oh, you lost concentration on move 16. I'm sorry, dear.
Indeed, but it's a admirable tactic.
She says, well, a game, like life, has its rules. And the outcome is usually determined by the person with the most practice.
Indeed.
That didn't make a lot of sense. I'll work on
We-
it. I'll
Well,
workshop it.
I'm just gonna come down after a little while, see what's going on.
I am not a chess player myself, so
Me
I don't
neither.
know all the snooty terms.
Just see Hope losing at chess.
Oh. Sit down next to her. Well, at a table next. Grab a nail. And just observe for a little while.
Okay. Are you in a furbolg guise? Or are you looking like a stranger?
He only gets an hour.
Right, so
So-
you're furbolging.
Yeah, is it packed down here?
Not really. You don't think this place gets very packed. There's enough people to fill 2/3 of the chairs.
She would.
And it seems
have
like they like
call
it
him
that
down
way.
to sit next to her.
And it
That's
almost
amazing.
seems like there's one member of staff for every 5 people.
Gotcha.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah, he'll be furball.
And they're all very solicitous, even to you, which you find strange considering that I'm completely odd.
Yeah, makes sense. He gets his ale, sits next to you.
Breakfast is going to be very rough for you.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of meat,
That's fine. Are there any veggies?
sad veggies.
No.
I can summon food for you, but it's a lot of food.
I mean, is it a waste?
No, it
really.
disappears.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
And at the table, she'll just.
Wait, before you start, they said the magic's kind of regulated. Maybe we should go upstairs.
As you go, oh dear.
Magic
that
and
it's-
religion.
You're just about to go.
Not that it's wrong.
I forgot the name of your god for a second.
Ilmater.
Oh, you're about to go, Ilmater, grant me a feat. And he goes, wait a moment.
Let's just
You can
do
do
that.
it under the table.
I just think it'd be best. Let's just. It'll only take a minute, right? I'll just bring some of it down here. Cool. We go upstairs and then.
I'll summon it.
Where, on the bed?
Yeah, we lay down a sheet for it. We lay down a pre-sheet.
Of what?
Or
Well, it's just hardtack, right?
it's like hardtack.
Oh, okay. So you
nuts
get
and
crumbs in the
things.
bed, but that's
Mhm.
about it. Breadcrumbs all over the
He's
place.
got his unseen servant.
She like avoids the water part,
Alright.
so she
Doesn't
doesn't
have to be as much. It's just up to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll get his food.
Okay.
Mm.
Are you having water, or are you just sticking to booze?
I would have her make some water, and I'd just do a 3 foot by 3 foot trough.
Oh,
Okay.
So magical water, though. You don't have any of the
No.
No.
native beverage. Just the booze.
What is it? FTB? Fuck the bog. Lessons have
This
been
is
learned.
not that place.
Yeah, but lessons have been learned.
In which we don't trust water. Of any sorts.
No.
Rivers,
You don't have.
marshes.
Not all of my worlds are infested with bodies and with alcohol and water.
Yeah, but all the bodies of water that you have put us against have almost killed us.
I had to take spells
You know our battles.
I
to
know-
make sure
to cross
we
rivers.
would never.
I am never
Face.
doing a pirate water campaign with Ken.
That'd be terrifying.
We would TPK very quickly.
We'd die treading water.
Oh, man.
So it'd be like that movie where people are lost on the boat or left behind on the boat in the water. I can't
Yeah.
remember what that's called. Anyway,
Deadly.
Yeah, so,
So
we
we'll
grab
come
our
back
food,
down
go
with
back
food.
down, watch for a little while.
are you all staying in to keep Vashta upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him. Yeah. Do I? Yeah. If you.
Well, if you
because
guys
you're in
leave the
already,
room
right?
and just like Vashta and Asher,
Mhm.
Vashta will practice
Cool.
everything he knows on the bed, out of your way. Or if
practicing?
you're on the bed, fight.
Yeah, I'd let him on the bed.
Okay.
He's doing his agile, just jumps and.
No, not really. He's got his short sword out and he's stabbing the air with it. And then he's got the dagger out and he practices stabbing the air with that for a bit.
You go.
Asher pretends to be hurt and scares the cat.
No.
Minor illusion. Oh god! Ah!
Not that kind of wizard.
Yeah, you don't even have minor illusion.
Nope.
Neither
There's-
does the bard.
There's a lot of spells that I normally take that I did not take.
So, the day passes miserably slowly.
Oh, I'm just studying.
Well, then you're not. Then you're
I'm
used
fine.
to that.
Yeah.
But
Do I get the vibe that I could play my harp downstairs without making people angry?
make a insight check. When you first bring it out, without playing it, you like.
Oh. And that one.
Oh.
So that's an 11, but it's an L one.
They seem starved for music.
Okay. I will play.
Whether or not that means
Anything?
you should play or they
Yeah.
don't like it, you don't know.
Yeah.
There is none currently.
Yeah. I just play sort of like the boring stuff I learned at school when they were teaching me to play the harp.
Elevator music.
Yeah.
Okay, make a performance check.
That's better.
That's better. That's 17.
No. At first,
Damn it. It's not that bad actually.
See, now we'll know if you watch it or not.
Just a little bit.
It just kind of looks like another raven, though.
So
Just a green raven.
at first, there's like you see people are like look over at you like, oh, what is that person doing? But you win them over with your elegant stylings. Nobody claps along
No.
or snaps their fingers.
I'm not playing that kind of music. I'm playing.
And chamber music.
Yeah, I'm playing the like boring things that they made me learn when they were trying to marry me off to someone useful.
Oh, okay. So
It's the vibe I'm
you're
getting
playing-
from these
You're
people.
playing background music,
Yes.
and they seem to appreciate background music. The Muzak channel would probably be very popular.
Music.
And there is after the second song, somebody even goes, "Oh," but that's the most reaction you get out of it. But nobody stops you from that.
Did you have proficiency in pop music too?
No. I thought we all had like proficiency in like.
I think
I have
you
a
two are the
flute.
only musicians.
No, it's
oh,
a
flute.
3 of you.
Yeah. Or pipes, I think it was. I have a musical
Looks
instrument.
out bagpipes.
But I traded one of my other proficiencies to get proficiency in because I was going to go to class.
Yeah, I have pipes.
There you go. Are they like pan pipes?
Wood- yeah, like
They're
wood
like
pipes.
Zamfir pipes. Oh.
Cedar music.
Alright. So, yeah, that's about the most response you get.
Yeah.
So you're not entirely bored of the day.
Yeah.
You are, right? Other than your minor adventure casting create food, the day passes dismally slow.
She's probably doing the thing that bored people do is like just take the silverware and just like tap it on the table.
If you tap the silverware on the table after 5 minutes, one of the staff will, excuse me, miss, please don't do that. You might disturb the other members.
Wonder what they're doing upstairs.
Probably reading.
There are a few people playing games, mostly like
Is it? It's not
darts.
just chess.
No, there are,
Oh, cool.
there are also darts, there's chess, and that's about it.
I'm glad you'll trust me, darts.
You also see there's, out one of the back windows you can see there are people rolling little balls on the lawn, trying to get them close to the end without rolling.
Bocce ball.
Is this an old?
It
It
kind
feels
of
like
is.
it.
Oh, the Adventurers
This
Club.
is a retired soldier and adventurers.
Oh,
she would
shit.
play
Club.
darts with Labyrinth.
Cool. Is that Dex?
Yes.
I assume
Are you,
so.
do you want to see who wins? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
what- Okay. Competitive.
Come on.
What'd you
18.
get? Damn it! Yeah, 13.
Okay. At you won, so you get bragging rights.
No, you don't
over
need
Kaylin.
to. You don't need to bring it up multiple times. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
But sometime around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, after a dismally boring day, even darts have lost their luster by this point. A series of loud popping noises outside bring dark looks from people in the whatever rooms you're in, unless you're upstairs, in which case you just hear the
Oh, yeah. Sounds like a car.
yeah. And everybody kind of like growls and grumbles at the door until it opens, and Kelly walks in.
Carrie.
Carrie. Keep saying Carrie walks in, scarf thrown brazenly over his head, goggles up on his forehead, soot marks on his cheeks as he walks in proudly, and the place turns to all smiles.
Fake.
Fake smiles.
Yeah.
As he walks in, greeting many people by name. How's it going, old bean? Things like that is heard to be said as he walks in. And people greet him back, like, oh, what's the newest thing you're up to, kind of situation. And he will tell numerous people about how his balloon is coming along swimmingly, and they all scoff lighthearted.
want to take him back.
He's got a mansion here. He's got a mansion here. He's not gonna.
That's about to be gone.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna ask him about that. Why the fuck are you still here? You're like an inventor stuff. Were you trying to get in on the?
He probably has
plans?
enough money to buy a ticket,
So
though.
who
Yeah.
do you think is downstairs around 3 o'clock? Around tea time,
Yeah.
we shall say.
I mean, I would be downstairs, but I don't look like the version
You.
he met. So.
Right. So just, are you downstairs at this time?
Yeah, he probably
Yeah.
would have grabbed. It was smoky in there before.
Yeah, it still is. People
Yeah,
smoke
he's
inside.
been like once an hour. He's been taking a puff. Just the normal stuff.
Sure.
Just the normal stuff.
Not,
Not like that, man.
Special.
Not today, man. Yeah, he's doing that, and he might have a one of those little books, the ones that we got from that one bookshop a long time. Yeah,
So
Poetry by
are you
Bordeaux.
in proximity to Kaylin as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so you two are
Well,
like at a table.
We're probably all three
Yeah.
sitting at the
Not
same
armored
table.
anymore. We've been unarmored the whole time. God, just
You
cringe.
just feel naked and cold.
Yeah.
All right. So he after approaching the regulars and talking to them, he glances over in your direction, smile brightens, and he walks up. So, travelers, I hope
Ah.
the stuffed shirts here aren't treating you too dismally.
Oh
Probably
no.
awfully boring, eh?
That it is.
I'm surprised you made it here.
There was a little bit of difficulty at the beginning.
I hope you don't mind that we use your name.
No, not
Pardon
at
me,
all.
I'm Hope. I just thought I'd fit in with the locals.
He says it's a brilliant disguise.
Yeah. What brings you here?
Oh, come here when I'm in town.
Oh, would you care for a drink?
And he says, it'll be early.
You're not going to be. Oh, yeah.
He says, I might be puttering back home later this evening. I just thought I'd get a spot of tea. He orders a spot of tea from the staff. So, what have
do
you
care-
folks been up to?
Plenty of chess.
Plenty of chess.
Oh, dismal game.
We don't exactly have the ease of quarters to do much more exciting things.
Oh, people
We're sort of
giving you
relegated
the run
here.
around here?
Well, we're not very common folk. The others
What do you
don't.
mean?
Our appearances are not.
We upset the locals,
Yes.
apparently.
Really?
Had to
We're not-
discuss it with the magister.
We're not trying to
He says-
run through anything.
Do you really look all that different?
You're not blind, are you?
Well, yes, quite.
Wait, so you blind?
Puts his hand in front of his eyes.
He says, oh, don't do that. It's annoying.
So you're just very keen.
Yes.
Well, damn.
That is
I did not expect
very
that.
impressive.
How fast that car drives? I'm very happy you didn't tell us that while we got on.
He says, well, I have some rudimentary. I can see light and dark and shapes.
Oh, are the do his eyes when I detect magic? Do his eyes come up as magic?
No.
Okay, so it's not Erisat's eyes.
No.
Yep. God damn, I love it.
That's good.
You do notice his goggles are incredibly dirty.
Hope is just
His
like,
eyes look fine?
Hmm?
Do his eyes look fine?
Oh, they're a little milky.
No, okay.
Hope is just
Oh.
like, we could have died.
Yeah. That road was pretty straight, wasn't it?
And he says, yes, it is quite straight. And I can see green from brown.
Well,
That is very.
And he says, and I can, waggling his eyebrows at you two, discern shapes.
You're a very talented man.
well.
And he says, are you going to be in town long?
We
A
are
little
probably
longer.
leaving soon.
And he says, I can't interest you a ride in my balloon yet, can I?
Oh,
I
well.
don't know if we're allowed to.
We
What,
were.
ride in my balloon? It's my balloon.
We were told not to leave the building.
Oh, you ran afoul of one of those magisters, didn't you?
Yes.
Not so much a foul.
Into.
More that we require something, and we must be here.
We've made arrangements.
They're terribly squiffy lot.
Well, they have their uses.
Do
I'm
they?
sure.
Yes, we found one.
What do you?
Yes, my
I
dear.
do have a question.
Please.
Do you have passage on one of those ships?
Oh heavens, no! Those things aren't going anywhere. The whole theory behind them is absurd.
What exactly is your plan?
Guess you can't fucking see the giant black hole.
What are you gonna do?
He says, "Well, I have plans."
I don't.
Sure, much
think
more grand
you
than the
floating
people here
out
can
of here is
appreciate.
gonna be
Hmm?
I don't think you using your balloon
Ah, you haven't seen it, have you?
How
can
big
it
is this
change
thing?
planes.
No.
I'm gonna speak in hell common. He's screwed.
Replying back. It's up to him.
But
Well,
he's not bad.
That we know. Anyway.
You switch back to regular.
Yeah,
common.
switch back to regular common.
That's an interesting language.
One we picked up. You know, we like to be multicultural.
And he says, "Is that from one of the southern continents?"
No.
Yeah.
Something like that, though.
It's certainly an interesting
I sent
place
you
in
a message,
space.
and it's like, he doesn't know we're not from here. He's being nice to us. Let's keep it that way.
We're probably going to be heading off sometime before tomorrow.
Oh,
Or
that's
by
a shame.
tomorrow, I should say.
He says, I do hope you stop by. But if you can't, I understand. Everybody's gotten much more busy of late, I suppose.
Yes, people are trying to do things, whether or not it'll work.
I do like to show off my contraptions, though, especially the people I've only barely just met who have certain toys at their disposal.
What's your specialty? Is it those cars?
No, I didn't invent that. I bought that.
Well, what do you?
I make gizmos, contraptions, flying machines.
Well, I don't think I've really seen many of those kinds of things. That would probably be interesting. Should we be able to come by and take a visit?
I do hope you will.
It all depends on.
And bring that rather snooty lad.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't miss it.
And he says, to be perfectly frank, you're the first people I've seen around walking on the road with magic without sticks up your bums.
We do our best.
Much more humble about it.
Yes. And it's rare for people to just walk around with it out in the open.
So we've learned.
Yes.
Yes, I'm a bit of a swordsman myself, you might say.
Oh.
At least in my better seeing days, I was.
Yeah. It does
By
make
the way,
it.
this guy looks like he's maybe 30.
Yeah.
Well, given the chance,
That's the rest.
I guess those skills might
I
have.
was just thinking that. I was like, huh.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what we can see what you have down
And he says, well, I do hope you'll stop by. You
I
seem terribly interesting.
have a very rude question.
Oh, please. I'd love those.
Why are you blind?
Oh, I was hoping there's something more slight. It's a hereditary problem. My family goes blind after a certain number of years.
What happens? What would you do if it could be fixed?
I don't think it can.
Be like, woohoo planes.
Remembering that there is no holy magic on this planet.
Would you want it to be fixed if it's possible?
I don't know. Gotten quite used to it, but, I mean, are you a doctor, miss?
Yes.
And he
Of a
says,
sons.
Technically not lying.
and he says, well, it does sound intriguing. I'd be able to put the finishing touches on some of my gizmos if I could see the little parts.
Just all those things you could do.
His eyes and put in the magic ones.
Well, it's up to you.
He says, "Sure. Do you want to come to my place and see my toys, and then you can fix my eyes?" He doesn't seem to like really believe that you can do it.
Well, we really can't leave.
No, I mean it's not like my house is going anywhere yet.
Let's grab the book though.
Come up to our room?
Don't you never ask. Kidding, of course.
She would offer her hand.
I'm bored.
She'll offer her hand,
He goes, "Oh."
and then
He says, "It's not necessary. I can find my way."
I'm being polite.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Hope will follow just because she wants to see if this works.
because lesser removes
Yep.
blindness.
Disease or condition.
Yeah. So she'll take
Yeah,
it to
but
the
it
room.
removes imposed ones.
But it also moves with the disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if this is actually a hereditary
Greater.
condition?
Then greater, which I have.
She is a life cleric. She will do her job.
She is a bored life.
Yeah.
Of Ilmater, which is all about removing this type
Exactly.
of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be funny if you just started like going through the masses and just like healing
Start a
the
new
destitute.
religion.
Yeah.
Oh God, she'd be
Just literally like what is
mages
that?
would be. Heresy.
Like DT.
No. Never mind.
So the door opens
Yeah.
and Kaylin brings in Karen.
And Hope.
Vashta stands up.
Yeah.
A familiar gentleman, dirty-faced, wind-swept clothes,
So I have like all
muddy
my
boots.
stuff out
Oh,
on
not
the
muddy,
floor.
but kind of dusty
Yeah.
boots.
Hope is coming in looking very
You can see his
amused.
pants are tucked into the boots in a very...
So I'm just like, let me clean up first.
It's
Oh,
fine.
that's not
You
necessary. I
apparently
can't see a lick.
That's fine. It's all over the floor.
Oh, is that something important I'm stepping on?
Yes.
That's a term.
Yep. So unseen servant while mage handing while actually using my hands, picking everything up.
No, Vashta will help.
Thank
Since
you,
he's had
Vashta.
nothing better to do
Yeah.
except for hold your stuff for you.
Oh, I would have let him just play on the bed.
Okay,
So-
well that got boring after
Yeah,
an
that's
hour.
fair. So he's
You
fine.
should conjure or summon something for him to
Cat
do.
toy.
Yeah, or like
Hey.
a little method or something for him to
That's not cool.
talk to.
Only lasts an hour.
Oh, shit.
cat
That'd be an
toy?
hour. I didn't say that.
No, I mean,
You did?
I was like, shit, someone a method
It's a ball
or
of
something.
yarn.
That's so racist.
Jeez.
He knits a sweater.
And then after
It's got
the
a
hour.
helm symbol in it.
Anyway, so yeah, I'd be like, so it's good to see you again.
Yes.
What brings you up to our room?
Oh,
And he, like-
your lady friends encouraged me to join them in their boudoir.
And I'm here.
Do I?
He's blind?
All right.
I could fix that.
Celestial. He goes. You know that we're not allowed to use that kind of magic here, right?
We're not allowed to get caught using that kind of magic here.
You speak Celestial now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so he's
taught
just,
her.
he's just getting like, oh.
He's looking at Carrie like, I don't understand either.
I've got a roundabout.
I'll
put him-
Vashta goes, I'm catching every other word.
I'll put him to
Ah.
death.
And
Faint death.
When did you pick that up?
He says, so the church? And says,
It'll make him
you have a
seem
smart
dead on
lad
the
there. I don't
outside, so when you
understand the
cast
lick
the
of it.
spell,
Yeah.
he doesn't
Sounds
know
like
what you did.
singing to me.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
don't
much.
think he's gonna know what I did. He's
He'll know you'll cast magic.
He's a doctor.
Exactly.
I
Do
just-
doctors use magic?
I s-
No.
But
You're not going to tell on us, will you?
Tell on you what?
If we do something unique.
Oh, counting on it.
I mean,
And then he's just
to
gonna
be
be like in
honest-
comedy. He's like, "Well, this is no way this could blow up in our face. Let's
well,
continue."
He did say that he likes the fact that we're out in the open about it. I don't think he really minds. You're much
he
more.
really likes that we're not
accepting.
the stick in the mud.
Like you said, there's no way this can blow over.
Blow up.
Blow up, yeah. It
Blow
will
up.
blow over.
Right.
And I'm
Or
just-
not.
He's in your room. You can always kill him.
And I'm just gonna ruffle through my
The
bag.
DM suggests
I'm gonna ruffle through my bag and pull out, like,
some fake shit.
Give him some herbs or something.
take my charcoal
Okay.
that I used to put underneath my eyes, and then use it as part of the somatics for it, and put it over his eyes, and I'm like, this swab is gonna heal it. And then I, like, whisper the spell, so it seems less like a spell.
And he goes, as you're doing that, he says, "Oh, you're using magic."
He's not going to tell. It's fine.
And
Yeah, fuck
she'll...
it, we're getting off this
he did
rock
mention
anyways.
that the reason he stopped on the road is because he saw all your magic.
And that's what
Yeah.
Gladrin just said. He's like, he doesn't give a shit.
But
Asher's just convulsing over here, just like, no. It goes against my nature.
Asher doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah, he's
To be fair,
At this point, he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're off this rock anyways. We're never gonna have to look
but
back.
he's still just like, these people.
so she uses it. Does it fix the blindness?
What do you do, lesser or greater?
Lesser.
Does not. He says, "Oh, I'm afraid my eyes feel a little dirty." And he says, "But it appears to be actually a hereditary condition,
Magic's not.
Which
not
a
strictly
greater-
speaking a disease."
Which greater would fix?
Say go for it. Come this far.
Yeah.
And he says, "Well, I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work.
One moment.
I'm not done with you yet."
And then she pulls out,
Heal you, damn
The 100 gold of diamond dust.
yeah. And
Just throw it in
Would that be
space.
a family curse? Because if it's not a disease, in our medical, we can. I mean,
Might be a family curse.
yeah. I'm just based on the wording of the spell specifically. Because greater, it reduces exhaustion levels by 1, ends a charm or
Oh,
petrification.
so he says, "Oh,
One
I do
curse.
feel invigorated though.
Yeah, 1 curse.
Perhaps that tea was
Yeah.
better. They got a better brand."
Well, this is
reduction,
greater.
reduction to a. No, yeah. You already did lesser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, greater will only do these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reduce exhaustion by 1, end a charm or petrify, get rid of a curse, any reduction to the ability scores, or 1 effect reducing their hit point maximum. It's kind of weak as far as it goes. I always kind of assumed that it had lesser restoration kind of built in, but it doesn't. It's just like more particular.
it could remove curse.
Yeah. It just depends. I mean, I have shit too. We can just
You
pump
guys
him
just
full of
cast all your
everything.
magic spells out. And
Maybe
a
if
magic
we-
missile too.
maybe if
Go.
we both- Maybe if we both.
Can I try remove curse?
Sure.
And
I mean, that also costs a crap ton of money.
It doesn't have a component,
Nope.
does it?
Remove curse is one of the few.
I have it on.
Oh,
Verbal
my
and
dad's
somatic.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That's what grinds my gears. That you can cast a 9th level spell
Yeah.
to put someone on a curse.
That-
and then a 2nd level or 3rd.
Third.
Level just goes. Eh.
Nah.
Because you have to cast a 9th level to curse someone indefinitely until dispelled.
Yep. It's weak in this edition.
Godlike power. But I'm just 3rd level.
That's,
It's
I'm,
like
not doing, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that in my games.
it irks me. Irks
Yeah.
me so much.
I'm modifying that shit.
No, yeah. I modify a lot of curses. Like, no, you're just cursed.
We
'Cause
like
I
the
think-
older. I like how older editions.
Or you have to
kinda do
match.
shit. Yeah.
At least do
Or
the
a
dispel
check.
magic.
Or
Yeah.
a motherfucking check.
Let's not do our nerd shit right now. though.
Sorry. That's
Remove
another
curse.
channel.
In the world.
So
Where we
you
just
remove
gripe
curse,
for an
not
hour and
greater
a half on
restoration.
end about
Yeah.
shit. Just make a YouTube channel about D&D gripes.
Okay.
So much content.
We just need to start it.
Tempted.
I just want to double check the spell.
I have it. The card. If you want me to read the card.
Yeah, go ahead and read it out.
Tickle my toes. Tickle my toes.
At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end if the object is
A cursed magic item, the curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded. It's what I use on Asher.
Remove curse while they're holding it. Hold on to it. Ah, shit, I'm cursed again.
So,
Damn it.
It's enough time to discard it, though.
Yeah.
you cast Remove Curse.
His eyes blow up.
It
His
seems
skull.
to have no effect. For you, well, it was a valiant effort.
Well, I mean, if I was given enough time, I could make you new eyes.
Oh, now that sounds intriguing. I've worked on it a couple times without being able to see the fine details and hardly find somebody who's willing to cut out your eyes and put new ones in for
Yeah, somebody you'd have to trust.
you. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Those are few and far between.
Difficult work.
Indeed.
I don't
Well-
think the Greater one would fix it.
Well, I mean, we're dumping energy in. We might as well go all in.
I have 100 gold's worth of diamonds, but it's
Oh.
for the Revivify.
He says, please, please. I assure you it's probably something I'm just, my family has learned to live with. For generations.
I'm going to be honest and just say I was bored and wanted to see if it would work.
He says, well, I'm glad I could alleviate some of your boredom.
We did our best. My God would probably just be, side you can't see to watch things.
I can see shapes and colors. I see enough.
Yeah, that's probably good enough for him. Well, as you said, there's that
To
balloon.
be strictly honest, there is something I'd like you to do for
Ah, yes. What do we
me.
have?
But it's not something I can just lay out here. It has to be said and done by a vote.
What sort of thing?
Well, it has to do with my balloon.
Does it have to do with magic?
A bit, possibly.
So
That's why you want Asher. You're the popular one.
you're just very,
Everyone here likes you so much.
especially when it happens to involve getting their ships up and running. Yep.
We really
Can
can't
we add that
leave.
to a skill as long as woodworking?
He says, well, I mean, just when you decide to cook, take a quick stop by my place. I mean, how long are you staying? A week?
No.
Not
Much shorter.
Just a day?
Yeah.
We're
Probably.
here for business, in a way.
Yes.
It's not just a leisurely trip that we came here.
We're not here on vacation or a holiday. We are here on somewhat of a family accord.
You don't know that.
We're doing stuff.
Do I though? Nope.
About this time,
Do
there's
I
a
know?
knock on your door. To your room.
Okay, I'll go open it.
It's one of the valets.
By the way, just a side note, both times that this guy showed up and then the valet shows up, there is a invisible barking, and then Asher says something in a language.
Bark, bark, bark,
Yeah.
bark. Okay.
Sounds a lot like
only
Vincent.
you can hear. No, only you can hear it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was everyone.
No,
I think
only
I
you.
thought you can choose. That was like alarm. It's like a better alarm.
That was a more.
It's a wordy spell.
Anyway, go. How can I help you?
Well, you have a guest. Your previous patron
Starts barking.
is downstairs requesting a private audience.
Of
I think
course.
that's.
I can lead
you.
you to his chamber if you prefer.
That would be much appreciated.
And he goes, "Oh, master, I'm sorry." And he bows to the goggles.
And then
Harry.
I'll turn to him and, Mr. Randolph, you must excuse us. It seems our business has suddenly progressed.
Oh, excellent. Well, I did give you directions. Did I?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you could have a missive sent around, and I'd be happy to come pick you up in a day.
Noted.
And he says, well, it's been a blast. Thank you
Indeed.
for whatever this is.
I'll
Hey,
reach
right.
up and just like press it into his face clean. Just
Okay.
like,
The valet looks amazed that you cast magic casually.
So, let's go to where we need to.
And he follows you down, and when you go off one way, he goes out the other way,
Yeah.
out the door. As you get to yes?
Does the valet, does he look like a personal valet or one that works here?
One that works here.
Are we leaving Vashta behind?
Probably up in the room.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give Vashta the password.
To the dog. Okay.
If anyone comes in and you want them to come in, this is the password. If you don't, the dog will guard your life.
And he's like, that's interesting.
what dog?
Alright. And he does the little whistle thing.
Yep, nothing.
Has anybody brought Vashta? Oh, you created food, so he's just been eating it. This all is he up there starving for 8 hours. They've forgotten about me. Droopy whiskers.
Yeah, like that.
It's just I want the kitties.
He as you get to the room that you're waiting to talk to what's his face in, you've never gotten his name.
The Magister.
You hear the sounds of the vehicle starting up.
Yeah.
And it starts up. And then you hear people shouting as they run out of the way as he drives away.
I like him.
I kind of lean over to Asher's. We were in that contraption, and he cannot see.
Well, it's not like he was going to be hitting anything.
No.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
But he did drive it through town to get here.
Yeah.
It's an unsettling thought that he can't see what's in front of him very well.
Oh,
That's-
well, think
I
about
found
it.
the thing a bit unsettling before.
It just has me a little bit surprised that we got here so
Well,
safely.
let's play a little mind theory here. He's the only person that we know that has it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure everyone else knows his disposition on sight. Also, it is quite loud. I'm sure anyone who doesn't want to be hit quickly gets out of the way.
But,
I mean, that's fair enough. I'm
what
not
about like
saying he's-
trees and things that can move?
As you're having this discussion, as you walk into the Magister's small meeting room, it looks like there are 2 chairs in there.
Mhm.
There is a single games table, and then there's just the 4 of you and the Magister.
So there's only 2 chairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is standing. He's not currently sitting in the chair. He's standing on the other side of what you assume is a billiards table.
Okay. So we walk in.
And you're having a discussion. He's
Well,
just-
we would stop it before we walk in.
Okay.
Like, we'll finish this later. We'll finish this
We'll finish this now.
later. Wait outside the door to finish this conversation.
As you approach, he says, "Please, the door."
Mage hand.
2 hands reach for the door.
Like, we look over at each other.
He goes, "I'm afraid that won't do."
The magic.
What?
The gate that you showed me.
Oh, why is that?
The room is very cold, very small,
Right.
and the host is very rude.
You didn't get to the rest of the world?
They wouldn't open the bloody door.
I'll be honest, that was one thing I was considering, but I wasn't going to bring it up.
It was really nice when we went.
We also are us. Whoa.
You have a feeling, judging by this person's personality, he probably demanded they open the door. And Gordon probably went, "No, man, fuck you."
So I'll just look at him and be like, you don't have, knock?
Yes, yes, I do.
Did you think of that?
I didn't go personally. We sent a valet. Didn't know if you were sending us to some hell dimension. You having religious ties and all.
All right.
And he says, but my construct did absolutely everything right, and they still wouldn't open the door for it.
Construct.
What sort of construct is this?
Oh, flesh golem, of course.
Ew.
It has basic, language skills, and I can speak through it.
Well, there's another one I know, but you wouldn't like it.
Would you have any close to there?
There's a couple.
I mean, surely that world doesn't have just the one portal.
Keen mind. Would I know of any other portals that are near that guy?
You never found hell on your map. You never looked for it. You do know the circle to the caves where the Yonti hide? Or
But that's in.
That's in favor.
that's in Faerun.
Fuck that. They're not coming home with us.
He says, now, the portal did work.
Oh, yes.
And we're immensely happy. In fact, we've gone to the point where we think we can make them much larger. But that room simply won't do as a receptacle.
No, it's just one place of access.
Yes.
Well, in Elvish, what about the other two
What other two?
that were on the list before we got here?
I think they'd not be stupid enough not to know that it's the same fucking problem that they have now.
Do they all have that problem?
Oh.
This one was on the same list. It's not. Never mind.
Well, the way that I see it is we gave you the portal. I'm sorry that you can't.
Perhaps there's a way to make Gordon more amenable.
Gordon? Who's Gordon?
The man who.
You also have a feeling that he couldn't understand a word this guy was
Yeah.
And I'd be like, how about this? How about I.
Actually reach into the bag and is like, and I pull out the money we have left from the hell currency. Have you heard of a bribe?
Yes.
This is their currency. Perhaps you try bribing him to open the door.
How much is that?
It's a couple $100.
A couple $100. No, it doesn't seem like very much.
So, I'm gonna send to Gordon. Sent
can't
you.
wait. Go ahead.
Sent you a visitor, or no, it's not syllables. Sent you a visitor. You've left him locked in. If I sent him again, could you please let him in or out, and teach him your common again? That's 25 on the dot.
You get back. What the fuck? Who is this?
He knows who it is.
Oh, he knows?
Yes, they do know who it is if I send it to him. If they knew who I was beforehand.
Right, okay, so you just get them instead of who is this? What the fuck? Can you hear this? I'm assuming you can hear this. Fuck no. That guy is an ass.
Sending again.
Send him to the starport. Just 25. He does it exactly.
Send him to the starport. Was there a signal or was there a
I don't know the symbol for the starport.
Go. You guys never went and even knew there was one there.
No.
Shit.
Maybe we just have to go.
This is not the game you wanted to play.
Uh,
Sending again. I don't know the one to the starport. Could you please show him and we'll send a bribe for you for your troubles.
How
Not a
much?
payment.
I was gonna look up how much it was.
Oh, that's good.
We're just blowing through thirds.
$300.
Oh shit.
You got gold too.
No, I know.
Oh,
How much?
We have 300 cash, and then
Would 300 cash do?
Is that what you send him?
Yeah.
back? Yeah, all right.
So after all this, I'm gonna look at the guy and I'm like, 300.
I hand you the cash.
I put it on the table and slide it to him. Next time, can you go again?
I suppose.
Okay. Send this with your flesh golem. I've already let Gordon know that you're gonna be on your way. And, you could, he'll give you passage to show you a bigger one that you can take. Will that suffice?
Negotiation.
I
I'll
can't
give
do
you
it
aid.
subtly.
You got this, Asher.
You can inspire me.
Oh, I can. Then I'll inspire.
I give you
Roll
aid
that.
or guidance.
That is like they can see that you're doing it.
I said,
Oh, okay. Ooh.
10.
Yes. All right, I'll try it. And you can have this when I get back. As he pats his
Yeah.
robe. Well, enjoy your stay here.
Yeah.
I hope it's
Try and be back.
At least I get more research
morning.
time.
all right, and it's about 3 right now. 3:30. Some.
Yes. Well, at least you're in a nice place.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going back to the room.
That's fair.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I rolled really well.
It's fine. It's more of Asher.
We're
that's
just-
I
upset.
gave
We're
him a
just lucky.
snooty roll against your persuasion, and he rolled an 18.
Extra snoot.
So he'll just go back upstairs, and then
Yeah. Go back to research and
But
stuff
he
for
did
portals.
seem to have, at least insinuate that he had the book on him.
Yeah.
When he went like this, your barely there hitchhiker, you heard this in your head, like, oh, what is that? Oh.
Briefly thinks about just murdering him, but decides it would be a bad
When you
idea.
think about murdering him, the voice in your head goes,
Which is why I fall back. I'm just like, huh.
Just get in, get out. No one will be the wiser. You even take on his
So,
personality. Become
another
get the rest of the
day
books.
Yep.
passes. Is anybody going to do anything?
No.
Can I get
You're just going to
just
try
survive.
and roll through the day?
Yeah.
could I get
Survive.
2 Arcana rolls for just research, just looking at the stars and stuff, trying to figure out
Well,
where
you
the
know the circle, so if
Right.
you open up your map, you could probably find it.
right. So what I'm trying to figure out is the location of the pretty much the black hole. If I'm able between the 2 stars,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Trying to map
trying
it
to
out.
map out where that is, so I know
Yeah.
other dangerous
now,
areas.
unfortunately, the circles don't correspond exactly with your star chart.
Okay.
You're not sure which is older.
Okay. Would I still be able to make
But
like
yes, you
an
can.
investigation?
But
Right.
the I'm just letting you know the target is high.
That's fine. So 2 days worth. Good.
Roll
Getting
in the thing. We had this problem yesterday.
Yeah.
Steve.
Why? Why do you guys like to roll in containers?
It's built for rolling.
I don't understand.
It's called a rolling tray.
Besides,
it's-
it's got an evil tentacle monster in it.
It's
Yeah.
random
It's
chance.
been blessed by the Cthulhu.
I don't.
It's random chance that likes boxes. It's a cat.
Yeah.
My dice are cats. It's canon. So it was a 11 and a 19. So an unnatural 20.
We'll say you get the 19 last.
Yeah. Okay. So
As
unnatural 20 and then
do
a.
you want to do more scrying, by the way?
You
Or
have
do
another 2
care?
days.
Sure.
I would also during that day sending Quell? Is that her name? Yeah, Quella, Quill Sharpener.
Quilla.
Yeah, Quella. So I'll just be like, "Hey Quella, how's it going? What are you up to? How's your translation going?"
Oh, I finished. And that's what you get back.
Oh, very good.
Well, she can't hear that.
Right. And then he would do another sending of, so what are you doing in the meantime now that you have already finished?
You gonna tell her about how sending works?
No.
Nope.
Sharpening.
Just sharpening.
Oh, and working on a table.
Oh, she's a woodworker too.
She did, when she looked at your kitchen table, she just said, "This is very nice work."
Yeah. Alright. And that's it. So I blew those spells too.
Who should I scry on?
Her?
The barbarian again?
She's been consistent.
Dumb broad.
Dumb pregnant broad. God.
What time of day?
This is for us. This is like this is before we go to bed
Yeah, we'll do.
when we can talk,
Yeah.
because that seems to be like during the day sometime.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like
if
9.
midnight was roughly around noon.
We're at like 9.
So you're going before roughly around noon. No, you get right through. She is an open book. She is currently in the morning, probably exercising. She has got a rather nasty-looking one-sided axe with a tooth coming out the back end. And she is currently repeatedly bashing into a straw and wooden dummy. And you see the scatterings of 4 or 5 other dummies around her.
There I am.
She is probably shirtless to the waist, so yeah, there's not really a definable baby bump.
Gotcha. So it hasn't quite made it there yet.
And during the time she appears to be alone. She's just basically,
Whacking.
seems fairly proficient with that giant battle axe. And she also every once in a while will turn it around and stick the spike through a stone edifice that she is practicing with. And it sticks in deeply with the spike in.
Alright, so that's one day.
So yeah,
Should we do it in
she's
the morning?
unfortunately no new information gleaned there.
Should we then do it?
But she does practice still.
I'm gonna do it again.
We're going to do it in the morning, so it's kind of at the evening.
Yeah, I'll do it after like my 4 hours.
Oh, okay. So closer to noonish.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, we get right through.
She has a minus. Does she have a minus or a?
She has a -2 plus whatever her bonus is, but I haven't rolled well for her.
We're
to
just
break
lucky.
This
She's
since
not.
it started. I think
Yeah.
once you failed,
Then we just did it on the door.
I just love how we've just been constantly scrying on her.
and
Yeah.
she's just like
Completely
totally
oblivious.
oblivious.
It's a good thing it's her. 'Cause the others might feel the same.
You did click crit once though.
Yeah. So once it failed. So at this point, shortly you're like after your 4-hour rest. It's after midnight, probably like 2 in the morning or so. It seems to be early afternoon there, or late afternoon there. Sorry, before evening though. She is currently in what appears to be a lookout tower, surrounded by mountainous snow. She is looking out over the horizon and petting a crow. crow looks mildly happy. It's kind of bouncing on one foot. The other one appears to have something tied to it.
Ah. Messaging crows.
Are there any like distinguishing characteristics of the landscape?
Snowy mountains. And she
Know where
appears
we've
to be
been.
standing on an iron tower.
Know where we've been.
It's made out of a very dull black metal and it's thick. And jagged.
Okay. It's a shame he's so hard to scry on.
She,
Alan-
apart from the crow,
Yeah.
she appears to be alone.
I can attempt it as a spell.
It's worth it. We didn't.
Before
you
the
didn't
spell
see it.
ends, she shoos the crow off and you see it fly, you think south.
After you explain that, be like, I mean, if we scry on her again, we're not going to get anything new, probably. But if we try on him, we might.
So, the
Yeah.
star that's gone out, you find.
Okay.
In your star chart, there was one of the. It was a centralized star in a group of other big stars. This one on the star chart was large.
It's
Lar-
a big
larger,
dot
it's a
compared
big,
to other dots.
It's a big sparkle compared to the littler sparkles.
Okay.
According to the star chart, there was probably 15 inhabited worlds around it that were named. Judging by the size of the blackness there, most of them are no longer there.
Neat. Neato.
But Alduin
Damn.
is still on your map.
Okay. Is it how far away is Alduin?
Far enough.
Far away. Okay.
Well, you think it used to be far away. You're not sure. It's hard to judge how big that blackness is compared to.
Like it's only 1 light year. Or AU.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more than that.
But it seems to be affected by it. Or at least there's fear that it's going to be.
I do want to attempt to scry on the Oathbreaker.
How many spells?
That's just.
So
one
I
more
took
she
a
has.
long rest.
Yeah, this
So
one
I
she
have.
did in the morning is the
Two,
first.
Yeah.
okay.
So this is my last time using a fifth.
Not a chance. Natural 19.
Not even if you rolled like a 10. It's like, I've only got a plus 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 2. Fuck it. That's still a 19.
Can I do a history check to see if I've heard of any iron? Because iron construction's not common.
No, it's not.
So can
Especially not iron like castles and towers.
Yeah, so can I do a history check to see if I've heard of any iron
Westeros.
construction
Sure.
in the north?
Westeros.
No.
Would you roll?
10.
Well, the only one you've heard of is one that's supposed to be in Luskin that's brand newly come back, but this couldn't be it. That's a wizard tower. And it's not surrounded by snowy mountains.
Yeah. I mean, I'll mention that, but that doesn't make any sense.
Or
I'm
just
not
a
the
history buff.
And you're not exactly sure the Iron Tower in Luskin isn't just a metaphor.
Yeah.
They,
It's like, I'm not.
let's be honest. The entire time we've been scrying on them, the only time they seem to have been anywhere really inhabited, or possibly even inhabited, was that throne room.
Right.
They seem
But
to just
that
be
was-
off the reservation.
Also
And-
made out of iron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the same place.
Yeah, I'm just saying it.
And
Doesn't
the
seem
last
like-
time they were around people, I believe they were
Having that.
down under.
Yeah.
In more
Australia.
ways than one.
So, the time passes. Your 2 days spent in a very nice but boring
Yeah.
club in Alduin.
I'm
I'm
if we
just
could-
getting a
if
lot
we could
of
go
research
outside,
time.
Yeah.
if we
You
could-
guys are hating it.
unaccosted. Yeah.
There's no one even
You
interesting.
do some minor bonding with Vashta. You get some of his history.
Yeah. I mean,
But the only 2 years that he remembers was spent in Helm's Temple. So
gotcha.
he knows a few of the same priests, but his view of them is as priests, while yours is as contemporaries. So, there's not a whole lot to talk about there, except for maybe some stories about them that you could tell him to make him laugh.
Yeah, and then he'll probably tell them a little bit about the journeys that we've had.
So you give him
so
some
far.
background on the crap you guys have been
The
through.
level 1 to 4.
Alright. The
Yeah.
canon stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Only the stuff on the stream.
Alright, so sometime around noon, your valet gathers you all together. And you are met again in the same billiard room by the Magus. He smiles. His smile is kind of like a greedy smile. A smile of I've caught the mouse kind of smile, or
Things are looking up.
I've eaten something very tasty and I like it and you don't have it.
Yeah.
Smile.
I don't like
And he
that.
goes, absolutely. That will do nicely.
Well,
Surprise the wonders you see in the netherworld, isn't it?
Indeed.
yes.
And he says, I believe. Absolutely. And he throws the book on the table. When it hits, it goes like the ring.
Yeah.
There's definitely more weight to the book
Yeah.
than just it's obviously. He says, I believe our world would be better off not having that in it. And we will be better off on our new digs. That's a word I learned while I was there. Digs. It's
Well,
clever.
we certainly wish you the best of luck in your relocation.
And he says, yes. By the way, I would recommend not coming back.
There's.
That is.
So you are going to be on Hell then, right?
At least for the time being. I understand there's lots of other places we could visit from there.
Well, if we ever want to take a visit, can we give you a sending? I mean,
He goes, you to me? I wouldn't be adverse to that, I suppose. As long as it's not during
I've just
dinner.
picked up the book.
the
and when you pick it up, also, I'm gonna shoot you a look and be like, we're gonna talk about that later.
and the voice goes, find somewhere safe so I will come get it and bring you a gift. I'm proud.
Well, good exchange.
We can go home.
I'm glad this is done.
Are we allowed to walk the streets?
To
He
be
says-
honest,
He says, absolutely. In fact, I will give you papers to go anywhere you like. As a parting gift from me and my group into your our saviors.
I'll take those.
And he quickly jots something down, pulls a seal out of a pouch. It's like a seal stamp, waxes it up, and seals it on there. Nice gold, fake gold,
Yeah.
waxy seal. The stamp, it looks like some kind of, it's a wizard staff crossed with a sword and like a thorny leaf branch holding the two of them together.
but I've seen what it looks like, right?
Yes.
Cool.
You definitely recognize it again if you saw it.
Well, no, just mainly so I could conjure another one.
Oh, the seal? Sure. Yes. Well, besides you're doing business with you.
Yes.
It's nice to see visitors from other worlds have like-minded individuals. Good day. I will leave first. And he walks out the door.
After he leaves. So, do we want to expedite our travel, or are we trying to go and see Carrie?
Let's have to Asher.
Because if we do, we know. I'd actually rather not use that circle. That man is. Yeah. Are we trying to spend the rest of the day getting to his place? It took a long time to get here. Either we hop back.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting back home.
Yeah, I'm.
Quella's already done, and I have a lot of stuff that I want her to.
Yes, and
notes.
I'd like to check up and see how things are going, as well.
Tom is fine.
I hope Carrie ends up being okay, though.
Well,
I
seems
don't
like
think
he's got a
most people
plan.
here are going to be okay.
Well, if the Magisters do anything that isn't selfish,
I don't think they will.
said if, not that I think it's gonna happen.
Anyhow,
Well, yeah.
let's zip up to the room. Gonna grab Veshka. Vasha.
Vashta.
Vashta.
You know, Vash the dragon. Pity. Anyway,
Draw out the circle, and then
Where are you going to draw the circle out? There's not enough room in that room.
there isn't. What about the bed?
Mostly bed. No, bed isn't a solid surface. You need a flat surface.
Well,
Right, but
we-
the bed, it's there, right? What if the bed was moved?
Where are you going to move it
And
Up
I
against
can
the
hold
wall?
it.
to? Out in the hall?
I don't care.
No, honestly, the room is mostly bed.
Well,
Okay.
we would have known that. Was there enough room in the conference room?
No, there isn't. There's 2 chairs and a pool table in there.
Can it be pushed up there
It
against
can't
the
be
wall?
pushed against the wall or anything.
Or like lifted up, propped up?
You could probably do it in the conference room. You'd have to like stack the chairs on top of the pool table.
We'll do that.
I'll just.
Push the pool table all the
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
against the wall.
We'll do that.
Stack it like Jenga.
I'll
Are you
say
going to attempt to do that quietly?
I'll cast silence.
Okay.
But before we cast silence, I'll say I'll go get Vashta and our things from the room. Okay. And so then I'll cast silence and head up to the room, and I'll send Vashta down with the things, and then focus on my mother.
No, you're going to have a conversation before you come down?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just wait till Vashta leaves.
Right. And he says, so, I don't know where I'm going.
I'll give him directions.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm good with directions. And he heads out the room with the bags
Yeah.
over his shoulder. And so you go right
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Yes. Right here.
I'm not sure we have a ton of time, but
She says, here is not safe.
here's what's it.
Find another land.
All right.
Someplace I can come visit you.
Okay. We will be home shortly then.
Excellent.
And then I'll head down right behind.
Okay.
Did Vashta follow the directions?
You see him in the lobby, or not in the lobby, but he's near there, but he's like,
I just kind of like tap him on the shoulder.
oh.
Come along. Just wanted to make sure we
He got close.
Yeah.
We would have to put on our armor, right?
Wanted to make sure.
No.
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 Not necessarily.
Oh, it's
That's just if
teleportation.
we're doing it as a ritual, we can do that. But that's plane shift anyway.
Yeah.
it's plane shift.
I forget that we're not on a different plane.
Well, I'm just gonna walk outside of the
Although,
silence.
Kaylin may still think it's planar travel. She may not have completely grasped the other planets versus other realms thing. So it's possible you may still just be like, no, it's another plane.
We haven't actually used it.
You've never used the armor.
Yeah.
But you have no destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only place we
I
have is
want
the
to go on another
house.
plane.
Um,
Let's go to the Shadow.
no, I don't want to go to
Baywilds.
Barovia. I don't want to go to Barovia.
It's not Barovia.
I know,
It's
but
not
it's
what the Shadowfell is.
easier to get sucked in. But anyway,
Did we just powerhouse kill Strahd and leave?
You guys are at the high level range for that campaign.
yeah, and shit, we just have to be like, hey, dude, do you really want us to kill you? Just let us go. Like,
Like we are far more trouble than
Yeah.
than we are with.
So you kind of like hardwood floor, you draw out your magic chalk, 2 concentric circles,
And
symbols,
start putting the
filling
symbols.
them
the end. Be like, do we need to drop the
What
silence
circle
to
were you
finish?
saying?
in. Yeah, you'll need to drop the silence to finish the
Yeah.
Yeah.
To do the spell.
You only needed the silence to move all the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take us to Siliquis again. There's no other one.
Alright.
Right? There's no other
Baldur's
one.
Gate.
Right.
Oh, we
That
destroyed
is-
that one.
Yeah, just well, it's at the same place. Both of them are at Baldur's Gate, but we destroyed the one that is.
The one is in the
yeah.
warehouse.
Yeah.
We eventually need to take a year and make one at the Red Keep.
So if we have
Or
one
find
here
another one in somewhere.
Somewhere
in-
closer.
where we're actually friendly.
Now you've been doing some research on this kind of thing. You know the situations like the greater city of Waterdeep is protected against this, except for licensed travel.
Mhm.
So there might be some difficulty putting one in the Red Keep,
But
It's outside of Waterdeep, though.
but it's awfully close. There's just some slight risk. That's all you know. The one in Baldur's Gate is not currently protected to the best of your knowledge. Although
Maybe
there
we
are
can talk
similar
to some
protections over Baldur's Gate to stop people from just teleporting in.
Yeah,
Most
we-
of the major cities in Faerun are protected.
We just need to talk to some people about
Better just find another location.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere that's close enough that we can
It's
We
actually.
have-
easy for you to build another castle.
Gary's.
Yeah.
Still awfully far away.
Anyway.
We need some
But
core stuff.
you finish the thing, the silent spell is dropped to all five of you stand in. Vashta looks thoroughly excited to be doing this again.
We're going.
Again.
We're going closer to home.
Yep.
Well. Do the honors.
I'll finish the incantation and just.
Okay. There's a stutter. The light goes.
And I'm just like, no.
Flashes in. It's not something here at the start. It's something on the way that's causing you trouble.
It's probably the black hole.
Yeah.
You feel like your journey should have been much longer.
Okay.
You're just, and it's done. And you're in a
Dark room.
dark room. The floor feels wrong. It's not stone. It
Give me my
feels
things.
like a metal grate. And the room is musty hot. Humid. You immediately all start sweating.
Dancing lights.
I reached in the back of the lane.
Yeah. Thank you.
Your dancing lights, they're
Slash
what
burn.
color are your dancing lights?
Violet, right?
Violet.
Yeah.
So the room is lit by a purple glow. You see metallic walls in a almost circular formation that comes to the center, where a crystal is hanging or not is set in the top of the wall. To your right, there is a glass circle, perfectly clear, that looks out into a night sky, surrounded by a big iron ring set with deep, deep rivets. The floor you're standing on is a steel grate that looks like down below it, there's maybe 2 feet down, there is the bottom half of the sphere that you're made of complete dark black metal. Also on the floor, the grate has magical symbols drawn on it that match the symbols of the teleportation circle you just completed to get you here. You can see that circle written, drawn on the grate here. In the middle of them is a corpse. It's wearing slightly ragged purple robes, and the hood is up over its head and it's facing the ground.
Tech magic.
I'm gonna lean down.
The remnants of the circle are still magical. That's very magical.
Asher, this isn't Sophie's.
I know.
I'm gonna lean down and
Yeah.
turn over the body.
It looks like somebody else was trying to use Syracuse blood. When you flip the body over, it's not human. It's humanoid, but the fingers are incredibly long and strong and sharply nailed. And the mouth is not a skull mouth. It's a oscillating jaw filled with sharp beak-like teeth and big empty eye sockets.
Cool.
And the center of the robe of the chest has been torn out as if something burst from inside of its chest.
Yep.
And that's where we'll end for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night, folks.
Oh,